What's up, team? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are well today. Uh, we do have Boeing earnings. We have wholesale inventories, mortgage index data dropping this morning. Um, core retail inventories, good trade balance. We've got new home sales, retail inventories. We also have waste management, Hilton, Boeing earnings dropping this morning. New home sales drops this morning as well. NBA mortgage index, purchase index, mortgage applications, 30-year mortgage rate. All that stuff drops this morning. Hey, what's up, Ricardo? I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. Yesterday I found out my heart is strong and healthy. So I'm doing good, man. I'm pretty happy today. I mean, we bought the Google dip. I don't know why it's telling me I'm down as much as I am. But I'm really not down at all. I'm actually green on the trade. For whatever reason, TOS is telling me, like, what you want to pay attention to here is the open position. So I ended up buying this dip. I guess I'm assuming they're talking about how much Google is down on the day, but look at, you can see my entry and see I'm green here. Like, look, my entry is 97.91. I can't even trade right now. And so it's not like I was able to cut any of this morning. I can't even trade for another 40 minutes on Thinkorswim. So I'm up about $35 on the dip buy I got into on Google yesterday. It was actually Pawn's idea. I got in just under 98 bucks. So I got in right around there. Um, and I really like the dip buy. I thought Google's very strong. I don't think it's going to hold under $100 for too long. Um, and so in turn, I ended up buying the dip, nicely green in it, up about 35 bucks. The only thing I could guess here is that the way their algorithm calculates my P&L on the day must be from just the entire stock, like I was holding it overnight, which I wasn't. I mean, I held it overnight, but it was only 50 shares, and you could see, like, even if I put my trade up here, like, you can see my average price is $97.91, and so there's no way I would be red on this on the day. So I'm not red. You just the P&L open is what I'm actually up on this trade. I don't know why it says I'm down $316 because I'm not. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to put my trades up here. If it'll show you my trades, yeah, we have show trades up. Let's put a 5 minute. Yeah, so again, you can see where we bought Google here. We bought two different positions on Google, one at 98.30s, the other one at 97.45. So we kind of scaled in down here and was able to enter right around here and ride this thing up nicely. So we're up a nice little, 30, 40 bucks on the swing trade. We'll see if it continues to work. But my point is that like we didn't buy it way back here and lose $300. I don't know why it even says that. We bought it after this dip, damn near at the bottom, really. Damn near at the bottom is where we bought this thing. So, shout out to Pawn. It was actually Pawn's idea, and I agreed with the trade idea. He said, "Hey, I might buy this Google dip." And I kind of agreed with him. Honestly, for whatever reason, we've gotten so many bears in chat just calling names. And it's just kind of silly. Like, if you look at me, like, listen, I called Snapchat at $8 a share, a couple days ago. Uh, Everybody got weird, you know. It kind of happened with Google yesterday when I bought this dip. I bought the dip. Some people got weird. I know bears just want to watch the world burn, and I get it. But, like, you know, what I've noticed is that they're mostly wrong short term about bounces. Uh, every time we have a big earnings drop, most of the time, a lot of people come in and they say, "Oh, well, it's going to keep dropping." Is it though? I mean, listen, if it does, fine. I can sit on it. But like the likelihood that we're going to get at least a little bit of a rebound bounce like this is incredibly high, incredibly high. You know, my swing trades have been some of my best trades over the past 6 months, I would say. I have made a ton of money swing trading, and I kind of see how you do it. I used to swing trade penny stocks and it just never worked, but swing trading large caps is easy. It's not as easy. Let me tread lightly. It's not that easy. If you have a large enough account and you have patience to hold something, if you need to hold it, then it's easy. You just gotta, it's all about stock selection. And I think that if you can pick out blue chip healthy companies and choose to swing trade those after big drops, it's just a powerful thing. Powerful thing. And so again, let me know how you guys are doing. We're gonna go ahead and do our polls as we normally do here. We got Boeing earnings today. Uh, we do have Boeing earnings this morning, and so again, we're gonna do a poll, bullish or bearish, on Boeing earnings and report. Bullish or bearish on Boeing's earnings reporting call? Let me know. Bull or bear? We got this going on in chat. Vote on that poll. Let us know how you feel about it. That's right, Beach. 100%, man. Yeah, it's some sort of technical bounce, and that's fine because that's what I capitalize on. Bro, I can't find your crypto channel, Beginner Crypto. It's youtube.com/Beginner Crypto, man. That's all it is. youtube.com/Beginner Crypto. We haven't done a video in the last week or so. We're going to be doing one tomorrow and Friday. It's our plan for the crypto channel. You can check out the link there. Nadeem, you can check out the link right there, bro. Y'all subscribe. What's up, Martin? All right, but we're rebounding nice here. Shout out to Pawn again. The whole idea came from Pawn. We did do Google earnings yesterday. It was fun. Oh yeah, man. Listen, Solidago. Isn't that DS? Yeah, we got another scammer. But yeah, so we're sitting in Google after this dip. Yeah, there's scammers everywhere, bro. Hey, what's up, Caesar? Bitcoin jumped all the way to 20.6. Yeah, man. I mean, they're with the Fed selling bonds yesterday is what did it. The Fed sold bonds. Is really what it was about. Like the Fed started selling bonds. But yeah, scammers are everywhere, bro. They're pretending to be me. They're doing all this dumb stuff, bro. Just don't fall for it, guys. Boeing drops earnings pretty soon. We got about 40 votes right now, 61%, because they're trying to raise interest rates and lower inflation. Is all it is. The government, like if you look at it, the government sells bonds in order to raise interest rates. I'm gonna look up a definition just so I can give you guys like an easier definition to understand. But they sell bonds in order to raise rates is what they're trying to do. Government bonds are issued by governments to raise money to finance projects or day-to-day operation. The Treasury Department sells the issued bonds during auctions at regular intervals throughout the year. Why do governments buy and sell bonds? If the Fed buys bonds on the open market, it increases the money supply in the economy, which is not what we want. I mean, inflation is too super high right now, so we definitely don't want to be buying bonds right now. Again, conversely, if the Fed sells bonds, it decreases the money supply by removing cash from the economy in exchange for bonds, and in turn lowers inflation is what it really does. Buying bonds causes inflation, selling bonds lowers inflation. It's one of the other tip or tricks that the government uses to try to control inflationary problems. Uh, and so with that, they're selling bonds right now. And they announced that yesterday. I think they sold. That's what caused the market to rip up before earnings yesterday. If you saw the market fly, I think they sold like 46 billion worth of bonds, if I remember correctly. I have to look up exactly what it was. It's somewhere over here. Somebody else might be able to see it, but yeah, governments started selling bonds. Uh, Again, they do so in order to raise interest rates. They raise interest rates in order to curb inflation. Is really kind of the logic of everything. If you want to kind of understand what's going on, um, let's see. UK sold some bonds. It looks like too. I think they did it right around 1 p.m. if I remember correctly. Yesterday, I remember reading it at about 1 p.m. that they were selling about $46 billion worth of bonds, trying to. Looking for the news. Deutsche. Maybe it was the day before yesterday. I don't know. I can't find it right now, but they sold bonds. Yeah, I bought Google after earnings. I mean, I do this every time. I hope you guys can see, like, if you tune out the Bears, if you tune out the Bears, you get some good trade setups, man. Well, we've had 2 green days in a row. We're going to scale back up our size today. It's time. We also have Meta earnings. Boeing earnings are this morning. Waste Management, Hilton, Kraft, Harley Davidson, GD, Hess, CME Group, all dropping earnings today. So all dropping earnings today. Nothing else really big, but Boeing drops at 7:30. It's 6:30 right now. So Boeing drops in about an hour. Waste Management drops at 7:05, which is at about almost exactly 30 minutes, about 32 minutes to be exact. Kraft Heinz drops at 7 a.m., which is in about 27 minutes. And so we do have earnings coming out today. Um, I'm riding currently Google up after buying the dip post earnings. That's turning out really nicely. You can see Boeing initially down on the day at 145.50. Yeah, I saw it happen yesterday. I saw them announce it about the bond sell. Um, it's somewhere, man. A lot of earnings have dropped, and so that's kind of influencing stuff here. Is really what's kind of going on. Yeah, so I'm looking. So yeah, basically what happened, like we've had a lot of earnings drop, and so it's gonna be harder to find this just because of how much stuff is going on in the market. Look at Market Watch and then look at their news. You know, again, the earnings are influence everything. It happened yesterday, so you kind of just got to keep scrolling back and try to find them. I'll try to find it. If anybody else can find the news release, let me know. I think it was yesterday. It might have been the day before. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday midday though, at like 1 p.m. All right, guys. So yeah, so Google bouncing up a little bit. I might be getting my dates wrong because I look at so much stock market news. I might just be getting everything mixed up. I know somebody else here had to see the news about bonds. Again, it was 46 billion. Mm, we'll find it. Did you get your calcium score? Yeah, I got a calcium score of 0. So I'm happy with it for sure. Basically, they said I had the heart of a 16-year-old, which is honestly pretty surprising considering how much barbecue I eat around here in Texas. So I was just really happy to get the score. Like I said, I went out and had Sonic yesterday. Sonic is my guilty pleasure food. Those Cinna snacks, bro. But no, yeah, I had a 0 calcium score. Yeah, so I'm excited about it. Heart's fine. Year old, they said. That's really what they said. They were like, my doctor was like, hey, she was like, we did your calcium score. Your calcium score was 0. She also said, we looked at your echocardiogram and everything's functioning as normal. They looked up, I don't know what, they looked up some type of stuff in your heart that they said everybody had to a certain extent by the time they're my age. And she said that I had basically none, which was like what a 16-year-old would have, so that my heart was perfect and good. Basically top 3 hearts in the world right now. Uh, Snapchat popping up again. We're still holding 10 shares of Snapchat. We had 200 shares though. We're starting to scale out. Yeah. Thank you for asking, guys. Appreciate the thought for sure. Um, yeah, like I said, I have anxiety. It's not really social anxiety, obviously, since I could sit in front of hundreds or sometimes thousands of people here. And so it's not really social anxiety. It never has been. I have a little bit of OCD and a little bit of anxiety. I wouldn't say I'm a hypochondriac, but sometimes I can act like one. Um, and so, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm okay. Honestly, it's not really my fault this time. Carol even was scared because it's like I went to the heart doctor. The theory now is that I actually don't have a right bundle branch block and that the EKG was just wrong the first time I took it. Because they didn't see anything on the further EKGs that they did. So the theory now is that the nurse or whatever maybe missed one of the clamps on the EKG, and so she thought that my heart wasn't timing correctly when really they just didn't have the clamps right. And so in turn that spiraled me into, oh no, I've got this heart blockage. You know, let's panic. And and it's fine. I'm just glad everything was fine and normal. All right, guys. So we got about 20 minutes before we can really trade here. About 20 minutes. I'm in Google. I bought the dip. I'm not. I'm up about 35, $40 here. So we'll take that. I'm trying to find the news on the government selling bonds. I know they did. Let me. This was 1025. All right. So bonds. Mm, dollar index. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I'm sure that's probably true. Yeah, I'm not. I'm sure that's probably true. Anxiety's, rough. What does it mean when a stock's bid and ask is so far apart, good or bad thing, or does it mean low liquidity? It means low liquidity. It means low liquidity generally, but it could also just mean that the float's small of the stock, like a small float stock. It means ironically, it means either low liquidity or volatility. If the volatility is high, the bid and the ask price are going to be farther apart naturally. Like normally, the bid and ask price are going to be far apart. If it's a low liquid stock, the bid and ask can be far apart as well. And then by that logic, if a stock has a lot of liquidity, like if you look at the SPY or whatever, there's usually like a 1 cent spread maybe on there. Music is off. Oh man, I thought it was on. My bad, guys. There we go. Crypto had a great run yesterday, but I feel this could be in for a free dive down. It's not really backed by organic volume. Yeah, but it's just following the market. Market's up nicely over the last couple days. You know what I mean? So crypto is just following the broader market. Bro, I know I'm not like hallucinating with these bond sales that we saw come in a couple days ago. I think with all the earnings coming out, it's causing, like, if we look at the SPY here. All right, let's get this show trades thing out the way. If we look at the SPY here, didn't the government sell bonds yesterday? I remember I watched Google just fly up out of nowhere. Yeah. So Google, it started at like 1 p.m. at like 12 o'clock. Uh, yeah, it started about like 1 p.m. market time. They announced that they were selling bonds. They sold bonds. I don't know. Can y'all hear the music now? You should be able to, right? Let me know. What's up, Beach Bum? Hey, Beach, man. Maybe you know, bro. Did you hear them? A news article about them selling about 46 million or $1 billion worth of bonds yesterday, Treasury bonds. I thought that's what was making the market move up. Also, chat. Let me know if you can hear the music. Um, about 1 p.m. market time yesterday is when I figured it was happening. Let me look. Let me check like Benzinga, maybe. Benzinga might know. Check Twitter. Twitter's probably the place to do it. Mm. Maybe I'm just not remembering it right. We'll have to ask people later. But yeah, Google's trying to come back up. Yeah, there's a bond sale yesterday. Let me look at the details. Yeah, thank you, Beach. Okay, I'm not going crazy, bro. Honestly, I don't see any news on this. And this is what's causing the market to rip up. It's kind of frustrating. Like, I'm looking for the news. This is what caused the market to go up yesterday. You know, like this happened at like 1 p.m. market time yesterday. 1 p.m. market time. All right, well, at least I'm not crazy, bro, because like. Yeah, so the 2-year bond sale was at 1 p.m. Eastern time yesterday. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I thought it was. Uh, all right, guys. So yeah, again, we're up in Google. We're probably going to take half our trade off on Google immediately after entering it, or after we're able to trade. We're holding Google. We bought the dip after earnings here, and this is a strategy that we have used over and over again every single time. Like, listen, every single time, this is what happens, right? Earnings drop for a stock. Bears come out saying, "Aha, see, look at these moves," you know. And I start buying the dip every time, and it works very well. I've made money. Disney, I did it with Disney, not earnings related on Disney, but I made money on Disney. I made money on Apple. I made money on Snapchat. I'm still holding a piece of Snapchat. You can see my entry for Snapchat is like 760s on the last little 10 shares that I'm holding. I did it with Google yesterday. I do it a lot with major stocks. It just works really, really well. Remember, guys, today we do have Boeing earnings dropping today. Boeing earnings are coming out this morning. So y'all be ready for that. That drops. Boeing earnings are a little bit later. They drop at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, which is in about 40 minutes or so, 42 minutes to be exact. A little bit, about 42 and a half minutes, 41 and a half minutes, I mean. So yeah, we do have earnings dropping today, specifically Boeing earnings. Google is down after their earnings report. You can see here today, this evening, we've got Meta earnings. Also this morning, we've got Waste Management, Hilton, Kraft, Harley Davidson, Otis, General Dynamics, Hess, Seagate, CME Group, Boston Scientific, and a lot more. Wingstop. A lot of other smaller companies dropping earnings today, but this evening is the big one. This evening, we've got Meta and Ford earnings, which are huge. Teladoc, ServiceNow, Spirit, Quantum, Scape, a lot of other ones. But Meta earnings today are going to be wildly influential over markets, wildly influential over tech. And again, we'll see if we get something interesting here with Meta earnings because they do drop today, guys. Remember, they do come out today. Again, bull or bear on Meta. Right now, we're doing a poll on Boeing here. We got 144 votes already. 51% are bears, 49% are bullish. Pretty split down the middle. And I will do the same strategy if Boeing drops enough from these earnings. If we look at Boeing here, Boeing, I don't know. Boeing is down a lot over the last year. The reason I bought Google here is because it's just down a lot over the last year. And so being back down at $98 a share, give or take, seems like objective value to me. But maybe I'm wrong. And if you think I'm wrong, let me know. And the only other swing trade I've been sitting in was AMC. I got 50 shares of AMC. I've been sitting in it since 730s. I'm at 670s right now. So I'm down like $30 total on the trade. I guess I'm just kind of waiting for AMC to bounce back. I could add some more to it. I don't know what I want to do with AMC yet, though. I'm still holding 50 shares. It's such a small trade, it doesn't really matter much to me. But let me know what you guys think I should do with AMC. Hey, what's up, Mark? Don't really know why tech would go up on that bond sale. Well, it's not really just tech. It's everything. Everything went up on the bond sale because, again, the government sells bonds in order to lower interest rates. And so when the government comes out selling bonds aggressively, the reason they're doing so is to restrict the markets, right? And in doing so, I think it causes some more optimistic inflation signs in people. I think people see that and they say, okay, well, maybe this is good for inflation. And so in turn, there's, kind of this relationship where you sell bonds. The government sells bonds. I mean, they do so to try to lower interest rates. Because of that optimism, other stocks go up. I think is kind of what happened. But yeah, Google at 98.60s here, 98.60s. We got Boeing at 146.60s. We do have some earnings dropping at 7 in less than 10 minutes here. So we do have some earnings dropping at 7. Specifically, we've got Waste Management coming out at 7:05. Market time, Hilton already dropped their earnings. So I guess Hilton's already out with their earnings. We can look at those real quick. Hilton did drop their numbers, and these are Hilton's numbers. Hilton showed 126 versus 86 cents a year ago. Hilton did better than expected here. So here's Hilton on the left. Hilton did better than expected for their earnings. They dropped a third quarter adjusted EPS of 131 versus a FactSet consensus of 125. Third quarter revenue of 2.368 billion versus 1.749 billion a year ago and 2.41 billion. So again, Hilton missed on sales revenue, beat on EPS. You can see those numbers right here in chat. We'll post these Hilton numbers. Yeah, that might be what it was, Beach. Meta earnings are this evening. But yeah, there's the Hilton numbers right there. Again, Hilton did better than expected for EPS, missed on sales revenue is kind of what happened. So again, we are sitting in Google. Hey, what's up, Layla? What's up, G? Did the Fed sell bonds at a yield lower than expected? I think so. I wish I could find some news on it, though. But yeah, Hilton missed on sales revenue, beat on EPS. Their guidance numbers for Hilton were better than expected. So Hilton posted better than expected guidance, worse than expected sales revenue, better than expected EPS is what Hilton showed. So good numbers for Hilton for the most part here. We also have Waste Management dropping at 7:05, which is in about 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Harley Davidson drops right at 7, so we can look at that as well. I mean, none of these are huge to where they're going to influence markets like that, but they're still relevant over movement here for sure. The play it safe will probably take 25 shares off of our Google position once the bell opens up. So we'll see what we get. Hopefully we get something good. All right, we're at 98.60s right now for Google, 98.60s. Yeah, I think Yeezys are going to go up in price. Meta cannot write the ship at this point, even if they can get their metaverse off the ground. Other companies, metaverse will have them beat. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I think if they can get their metaverse off the ground, I think number one, they have the most universally accepted metaverse right now. Number one, they have their most universally accepted metaverse right now. The Oculus VR system is certainly the most widely used one. And so I think they already got their foot in the door in that regard. And so, you know, and I think that's what they need to do. I think Facebook will eventually go away. Facebook and Instagram both, you know. It's going to take a long time for that to happen. It's not just going to happen immediately. Like, again, something I said yesterday on stream when we were looking at a lot of these earnings reports, something I said on stream is that you can bet against these tech giants. And you might be right about some of the social media companies, not Google, of course. Google is incredibly strong and just big. You know, everybody talks about TikTok, but like YouTube is easily the more valuable platform, you know, that pays more. Like even TikTokers make videos in order to hopefully one day gain YouTube subscribers because they can't really monetize their TikTok videos like that. And so YouTube is the standard, you know, and that's what you really got to understand. That's what I was trying to teach my kids about. Like my kids are all about, oh, TikTok. Like, no, like y'all don't understand. You know, you can't learn anything in 10, 20 seconds. You know, like these TikTokers a lot of the time are trying to build up audiences so that they can bring it to YouTube and capitalize on YouTube. YouTube subscribers are the most valuable followers in any social media platform by far, you know, by far. And that's what people really need to understand. You know, 100,000 YouTube subscribers versus 100,000 TikTok subscribers isn't even comparable in terms of what it means for your channel. You know, 100,000 YouTube subscribers, very difficult to get. TikTok subscribers are just easy to get. But with that, it's hard to monetize, you know. I sure hope you're right. I'm trapped in meta stock at this point, so am a long for the ride. I think I should have dumped it when my gut told me to last year. Hey, good luck, brother. Good luck, man. Yeah, I mean, listen. I think Facebook is okay right now. You know, again, you can bet a lot of the time, like we can bet short on these big tech giants, but even if you're right, it's going to take years for that to play out. And that's what people don't understand. Like Snapchat had a lot of haters. Like, oh, Snapchat, it's hard to monetize. You know, like people running around calling people names for buying Snapchat. It's just kind of like, dude, like even if y'all are right about Snapchat, it's going to take you years to capitalize on that. Like it's not just going to dissolve immediately. Like even if you're right about Snapchat's demise, it's going to take years. And until that point, it's going to move in a range. And if it's objectively valuable relative to that range, I'm going to buy it. You know, I don't care if it's going to fail in 2 years. It doesn't matter at all for me. What I care about is the range and objective value relative to that range. That's all I care about in trading is objective value when it comes to the range of the stock. I don't care about this thing at 10 years. I'm not going to hold this thing for 10 years. Again, Snapchat might fail, but it's going to fail not this year. It's going to fail in a couple years at least. And so I've got time to buy the dip and wait. And that's what bears truly don't understand, you know. Yeah, Twitch, I think, is going to go out too. I think Twitch is on its way out as well. I think Twitch will be more years to come, but I think YouTube is slowly gaining on Twitch, and I think over time you're going to see more and more people go to YouTube. As long as YouTube doesn't get weird, you know, I think you're going to see more and more people go to YouTube, and I think YouTube is a great place to do all this stuff. A lot of people hate on YouTube, bro. Like, I'm very grateful to YouTube. I really am. I'm very grateful. Um, YouTube has helped me build this community, and people knock on it or whatever, but like YouTube's great, and I think it's gaining on Twitch in terms of streaming for sure, and I think over time, it's gonna beat Twitch, and people are gonna come here instead. Yeah, YouTube model already did to a certain extent straight. A nice way of bass. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm still in my Snapchat trade. I held Snapchat from like the 760s to the 780s, all the way up to like 960 is where I took a lot of my profit off yesterday. So from a really nice, um, really it was about 25% move. So I made about 25% gains on Snapchat. And again, yeah, I had a lot of haters. They sure are silent about Snapchat now. It's funny how they just disappear all of a sudden. And it really goes to show people who are the loudest are usually the worst traders, to be honest. Like the people in there out here calling other traders names, just the worst traders out there. All right, so there's 7 a.m. Let's see what shows up in terms of earnings. Again, we do have we do have Kraft and Harley Davidson dropping right at 7. Let's see what these show up. HOG is Harley. Harley Davidson already dropped, it looks like. Harley Davidson showed a third quarter EPS of 178 versus 141 estimate. So Hog, which is Harley Davidson, beat on earnings here. So you can see Hog move up. Again, we'll put the Hog numbers here. Look at Boeing pop. Boeing up to 146.40s here, but Harley Davidson posted better than expected results for Harley Davidson. They said 2022 motorcycle revenue growth outlook is up 5 to 10% for Hog, so good numbers there. We also had Waste Management and Kraft Heinz dropping this morning as well, so we'll look at WM to see when they're coming out. And then we had KHC. KHC just dropped third quarter EPS of 35 cents per share, third quarter sales revenue of 6.5 billion, third quarter net revenue of 432 million, adjusted EPS of 63-cent profit, much better than the estimates here on both fronts for Kraft Heinz. So Kraft Heinz actually came in a little bit better than expected. Here are those numbers in chat right here. So again, you can see Harley Davidson right here, 178 EPS beat the 141 estimates. You can see the Kraft Heinz numbers, 63 cents beat the 57-cent estimates. Sales revenue beat expectations as well at 6.5 billion versus 6.27 billion estimates. Now the next one we're waiting for is Boeing. It's in about 30 minutes from now, guys. So Boeing earnings are in about 30 minutes from now, give or take. So we'll watch Boeing and see what we get. But yeah, All right, guys. So again, Google pulled it back a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take, a little bit off of this here. I'm going to go ahead and take 25 shares, lock in my profit. And so we just took 25 shares off. We're still sitting on 25 shares. Our entry is about 97.45 right now for Google. So we went ahead and took a little piece off just in case it turns on us. We'll still be green. Also, did have some influx. Harley Davidson beat, Kraft Heinz beat. Here's the SPY itself. SPY itself starting to come back a little bit slightly red on the day. We're up over 380s though, which is a beautiful sign, bro. That's amazing that we're up over these levels here. So that's just amazing that we're up over these spots. Yeah, Apple's tomorrow. We got Meta today. Boeing today. Boeing and Meta is today. Those are the big ones. Hey, what's up, Larry? Yeah, man. Market's looking good, man. All right, guys. So again, starting to get a rebound back up. All right, guys. So yeah, starting to get a rebound at 98.40s here. Boeing starting to test these levels here. Now, again, we do have Boeing earnings dropping in about 25 minutes here. Boeing is BA, waiting for these numbers to come out. Any predictions on Boeing earnings? Again, vote on the poll right now. If we look at the poll, again, SPY's starting to rebound here. We might buy the dip. I don't know. We'll wait and see. All right, guys. Google at 98.40s, Boeing at 146.50s. And again, let's see if the earnings come out. We're still in Google. We ended up buying the Google dip right after the earnings drop. Our entry for Google was about 97.40s. Really, it was Pawn's idea. We kind of copied off of Pawn in this instance, and he was right. So shout out to Pawn. You know. All right, guys. Again, getting a little bit of a pullback in Google. Like I said, we are up decently on it. Is anyone planning to attend the money show in Orlando? Who holds it? Yeah, this channel is the place to keep. Yeah, for sure. We try over here. Waste management beat on revenue. Yeah, so if we look at waste management here, they did drop their numbers. This is the numbers for waste management right here. Third quarter EPS of 156, beat the 151 estimate. Sales of 5.08 billion, beat the 5.05 billion estimates. Looking for guidance numbers. I don't see any here. Again, we do have, remember guys, we do have the big one is Boeing today, and those drop in about 20 minutes or so, give or take. About 20 minutes for Boeing numbers to come out. We also have mortgage market data today, guys. We have mortgage market data that I think might have come out already. Let me make sure. If it did, we're late on reporting it, so my apologies if we did. No, so we didn't actually get the mortgage data come out today. Am I late? What time are you guys showing the mortgage data comes out? I thought it was today. SPY dipping down a little bit. Let's see. So that is Tuesday. What is today? Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Okay, so the 30-year mortgage rate's supposed to come out today. It doesn't look like it did. Let's see if we can show the mortgage market data. Yeah, I don't see the markets data out. Let me look at a different platform here. The Market Watch calendar. Trading goods comes out today. New home sales, but I don't see the markets data out anyways. Boeing is big today. Boeing is what we the MBA at 1.7. Okay, gotcha. 10 a.m. is housing. Yeah. Well, who holds it, Beach? Okay, so we got. Oh, that's pretty cool. We got Mobius Capital. I mean, I would go to something like that, but With kids, man, it's too much work. You know. Again, Google at 98.30s here, 98.30s. All right, guys. So we're still in Google right now, waiting for it to rebound. We're still in Snapchat with 10 shares, but we've already exited like 90% of that position. Um, Trying to give this time. We do have about 15 minutes before the Boeing earnings drop, so about 15 minutes. Um, yeah, I don't know, whatever reason my mortgage data is not reflecting here, but that's all good. Let me we'll find it. But yeah, it looks like the mortgage data is out already. ExxonMobil announces 2 new offshore Guyana discoveries. Kraft Heinz did a beat on EPS, a beat on sales revenue. Bristol Myers dropped third quarter EPS 180. I don't know what they dropped. It doesn't show up. CME Group dropped third quarter adjusted EPS of 198 versus 194 expected. So worse than expected sales revenue though. Yeah. Hey, all good, Pawn. No worries, brother. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I banned them this morning, I think. But yeah, these WhatsApp scams, they get bad, man. Yeah, so what have the other airlines done? I'm looking at what Pawn's saying here, and then let's check it out. So American Airlines on the left, right here. We had Delta, right? Didn't Delta drop earnings recently? Am I remember that correctly? Didn't Delta drop earnings recently? DAL. Yeah, so Delta Airline dropped numbers. They dropped third quarter EPS of 151, missed the 153 estimate. Sales missed as well. So Delta missed here, their last report. I'm not sure if that's going to be influential over other airlines, but Delta did miss. So yeah, Pawn, just to put this out there, brother. Here's Delta's numbers last time. But I think their guidance might have been good. Let me see. Adjusted C's. All right, so they saw fourth quarter EPS of 1 to 125. Total revenue up 5 to 9% from 2019. And this dropped on the 13th, so a couple weeks ago. Let's see how Delta, let's see, the 13th. So this dropped here. These numbers dropped. I guess it was Thursday morning, right? So it would probably dropped right here. So it looks like kind of back and forth action. But they did miss. I'm not sure what their guidance expectational numbers were. Revenue went up, adjusted EPS went down, fourth quarter guidance. Okay, so yeah, this is what happened. They are basically they did much better than guidance in guidance numbers, Pawn. So yeah, just to give you some perspective into this, guys. For Delta Airlines, they went up from these earnings reports. You can see here they actually moved up that day some. It looks like they missed on EPS and sales revenue. But their guidance was much higher. So it looks like analysts were expecting about 80 cents EPS. Capital IQ put out 80-cent projections. And for the fourth quarter, Delta ended up expecting 1 to 125 and revenue growth of 5 to 9% compared with quarter four of 2019. So yeah, so Delta, it looks like it was good guidance numbers that is influencing that influenced Delta a couple weeks ago. And now hopefully that's some good foreshadowing into what we might potentially get with Boeing today. You know, it's not completely relevant. Boeing is the actual plane maker versus Delta being the airline company. But they're certainly still related. So hopefully we get some good stuff. But yeah, Boeing drops their numbers in about 12 minutes, guys. 12 minutes. Delta Airlines will probably get influenced at least a little bit by it. We had Harley Davidson come in better than expected. We had Waste Management, I believe, come in better than expected. Hilton came in better than expected. So we got some stuff doing better, some stuff doing worse. Google's starting to rip back up, almost up to 99 bucks here. So you love to see that. We will see if it continues. But yeah, Boeing drops their numbers in about 11 minutes, guys. About 11 minutes, team. Hey, what's up, Teresa? What's up, Murphy? When you had an appointment yesterday and your wife was on, I told her she had a great husband. Her reaction was wholesome. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm a good husband, I think. She's a pretty good wife, too. But yeah, I appreciate the support, man. When will Meta earnings be reported? So they dropped this evening. So Meta earnings are this evening. Yeah, I bought the dip. For whatever reason. It's telling me I'm down $320 on the day, and I'm not. I bought the dip. You can see my price. Like, we bought it. Like, I could show you guys my trade. So we bought. And I actually took some profit here. I'm not sure why that's not showing up either. Let me refresh this. Yeah, there it goes. All right. So yeah, you can see this is my trade for. You see, this is my trade for Google here. Again, very simple dip buy. We bought the dip here. We sold at the top. For whatever reason, it's telling me I'm down $320. This is the second time this week that it's done that with a swing trade. It did it with Snap as well. But this isn't how much I'm down. Just ignore this bottom number. For whatever reason, somehow they're calculating like this. I think this wick. I think because I messed it up. There we go. I think this up wick right here, for whatever reason, makes it show that I'm down this bottom number because it went up, and so it thought I was up that much. And then it thought I was up $320, which I would have been if Google would have gone all the way back up to 105. And then since it came right back down, it says I'm down $320, which I'm not. You can see the trade I'm in here, right? You can see the trade. Okay, we got the show trades thing in there. But yeah, you can see the trade thing. Let's put this back to a 1 minute. Yeah, so again, we entered this one at around 98 bucks even. I think our average right now is 97.45, right? So we entered it there. Oh my gosh, it's the second time I did this. We entered there. We sold our first one at 98.40s. Still holding 25 shares of this right now. And again, we're just going to sit on it. We're up about $40 to $50 just overnight. Small little swing trade, but hey, it all adds up. We'll take it. We're still holding Snapchat as well. And yeah, we'll see if we get anything good for Snapchat too. But again, we've already scaled mostly out of Snap. We rode Snap from 770, 780s all the way to 9 something and took profit there. Yeah, so we're getting a little dip to the volume weighted average price. Again, we got about 8 minutes before Boeing here. We're watching Boeing. Boeing drops pretty fast. All right, Google is at 98.50s here, 98.50s. Hilton up here on the left. It's up some. Boeing. We got Tesla here. Down to 220s here, man. I should have bought the dip, bro. I wanted the dip. I talked about the dip. No, I should have listened to myself here. Tesla was another one where, if you guys remember, during the earnings call, I was telling people, hey, look, I think there might be an argument for a dip buy. My argument at the time, and I still have the same argument here, is that when the Cybertruck comes out, it's going to break sales records. I don't care if people say it's ugly. I don't care what they say, but it's going to break sales records, I think, when it drops. It's going to be kind of like PlayStation and Xbox, the new ones, where they're very hard to find. The aftermarket sales are going to go up dramatically in price, and it's just going to cause a lot of Tesla hype. And so I think when that happens, which is sometime soon, Tesla's going to rip up from that news, and I think right now we're objectively cheap. All right, 220s for Tesla with that news. Boeing on the right. All right, guys. So Google's getting a little pop back up. Boeing drops numbers pretty soon here, guys. We got about 5 minutes before Boeing drops their numbers. Again, let me know if you're bullish or bearish on Boeing here. Bro, Twitter is hilarious, dude. $98.50s for Google. $98.50s. Twitter really is funny though, man. Twitter is probably the most humorous social media platform out there. That's why it's good, right? Like people underestimate the benefit of Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, let's look at Twitter. But Twitter's just funny, bro. Like it's it's a good place to go laugh a little bit for sure. Um, all right, 98.40s here. Boeing at 146.60s. Twitter at 53s. Snap at 930s. Google at 98.60s. So again, we're getting a little bit of a rebound in Google. Look at this pop. Let's see if it continues here. All right, guys. Boeing earnings in 3 minutes. Market's starting to come back a little bit. Meta earnings are this evening. We are going to be streaming those as we always do here. So we are going to be streaming Meta earnings as we do. Waiting for Boeing numbers to come out here. We got Boeing on the right, Google in the middle. Pop it up a little bit to 98.60s. Twitter on the left. Again, we do have a few other stuff that already dropped. We had a Harley Davidson beat in earnings. We had Hilton, Heinz Craft, all dropped their earnings numbers. And again, Boeing drops their numbers in about 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes for Boeing earnings. Again, vote on the poll right now. We did a poll. We're completely 50-50 split down the middle here for earnings. Completely 50-50 split down the middle here. We got 50-50 in terms of earnings here. 50-50. We'll see how they impact markets. We're also going to put it in sub-only mode. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you all. We are going to put it in sub-only mode today. But yeah, Boeing, vote on the poll here. They drop numbers in about a minute, really about a minute and a half. And again, let me know if you're bullish or bearish. Hey, what's up, Rod? People gambling on earnings reports. I don't really gamble on earnings reports. What I usually do is buy the dip afterwards if it's a big enough drop. So I usually buy the dip afterwards if it's big enough, and just kind of sit. Yeah, what's up, Space? All right, guys, we're at 98.50s for Google here, 98.50s. Twitter's at 53s. Hey, what's up, Murph? John Trader, hey, what's up, man? Good morning, Space. Chris, my guys, what's up, team? All right, guys, so Boeing earnings should be dropping pretty soon. Again, Twitter at 53.10s, 53.10s. Again, here's the Boeing numbers. Again, guys, Boeing numbers drop right now. Let's see what they showed. Waiting for Boeing to drop. They're supposed to drop right now exactly. Still waiting for Boeing to come out with their earnings here, guys. Boeing's supposed to drop right now exactly. Again, waiting for the Boeing numbers to come out. All right, guys, Google. There's Boeing. Big drop from Boeing here. Big drop from Boeing. Waiting for the actual numbers to drop for Boeing. Look at that TD Ameritrade. Boeing numbers are out. Boeing dropped third quarter loss per share 549. Third quarter adjusted loss per share of 618. Expectational numbers were for a loss per share of 1 cent. So this is noticeably worse than expected for Boeing. Again, noticeably worse than expected for Boeing here. Again, they did drop a loss. They dropped a third quarter loss per share of 549. They only expected a I'm showing they only expected a 1 cent loss per share on sales revenue of 18.87 billion is what expected. I'm end up showing third quarter revenue of 16 billion. So worse than expected there, worse than expected for sales revenue as well. And so again, worse than expected EPS, worse than expected sales revenue, and they are tanking down here in pre-market. We will put these numbers up on screen so you can see them. All right, guys, big rebound in Boeing here. Maybe these are guidance related numbers. So again, Boeing did drop their numbers here. Looking for guidance. I don't see anything yet, but they did miss on everything. Here is the Boeing numbers here. Again, adjusted EPS of minus 618. Very big miss here. Very big miss for Boeing. Minus 618. They expected 0.7. Revenue of 16 billion. Expected 17.87 billion here. So big drops. Big drops. Google at 36. Or Google at 99s almost here. I might take a little bit more profit off of Google here. We bought the dip after Google. It says we're down 315. We're not. Again, the only my theory here, Boeing starting to bounce all the way back up. It's at 144s. But yeah, my theory with this, why it says I'm down this, you can see what I'm actually down on the open trade, like what I'm actually sitting on. My theory here is that because it went all the way up to this and then back down, Thinkorswim is calculating it as a loss from up here, when really you can see my average is 97.45. We're only down 36 bucks. You can even look what we're down. The P&L on the day doesn't matter, but the P&L on the open is $36. Like, if it would have gone all the way up here, we'd be up 320 or so. But because it came all the way down from that wick, it says we're down 315 on the day, when really we're up about $60 on this trade, give or take. 60 bucks. Boeing starting to rebound though, guys. Back up to 145s here. Back up to 145s. So not bad. You know, you don't hate to see it. And again, we'll cover a little piece of this. Get out a little bit more lock in, some more profit on our Google overnight swing trade. You love to see it, guys. Starting to rebound back up. We're at 144.80s for Boeing, guys. 144.80s. SPY heading for another green day. Hopefully so. Again, we sked out of most of our Google trade. Look at Boeing skyrocket back up here, guys. So Boeing is popping up big here. Again, they reported positive cash flow. They put out something that said that they're expecting positive free cash flow for 2022. Third quarter operating cash flow is 3.2 billion, but they did miss on both metrics here. And again, this is why you can't really put too much weight. You can't try to predict earnings because you never know what earnings are going to do, to be honest here. Company might have bad earnings like Boeing, and then end up just ripping up huge here. So again, they posted a loss per share, core loss per share of 618. FactSet consensus was 13 cents a share. I don't know why they're going up. Boeing going green on the day, up to 148. 148. Not sure why. Maybe the positive cash flow expectational stuff is making them rip. You can see these numbers right here. You know, we'll put this in the comment section. But again, yes. Yeah, again, it's nonsensical right now, but like that's okay. Yeah, so again, Boeing pulling back is at 147s. All right, so pulling back to that previous closing price for Boeing, this is a very relevant level. Very relevant level. We're at 146.60s. Back up to 147. Again, we're bouncing right at that previous closing price level. Again, Boeing did have good reaction to these earnings reports. The only justifiable reason I could see them going up like they are is because they expect positive free cash flow for 2022. That's the only justifiable reason here, that they could be reacting this positively to earnings here. Boeing at 147s here. 147s for Boeing. So just strange. Again, you can see their full numbers right now. They dropped adjusted EPS minus 618, expected 7-cent profit, revenue of 16 billion. They expected 17.7 billion. So a miss in everything. The only thing positive is that they expect positive free cash flow for 2022. Not sure why they're going up, but hey, again, it kind of shows like you got some people that gamble on these earnings reports. Don't. Okay, you never know how a market's going to react. So a new Star Wars movie set after the events of Rise of Skywalker is in the works. I'm telling you guys, man. Disney's back up to 104. So had to cut that swing trade, but still kind of making money from it. Again, let's see if Boeing can hold this support level. Again, we do have wholesale inventory market data dropping today. We do have wholesale inventory market data. All right, back up over 147s here. Back up over 147s. Getting a little dip. I kind of like the dip. I would buy it if I was confident enough in a rebound here. But again, with the problem with this is that, frankly, Boeing had terrible earnings. Operating free cash flow at 3.2 billion. They do expect positive cash flow. Maybe that's the silver lining here. But yeah, just strange. Strange. So we'll see what we get, team. We'll see what we get. All right, guys. Boeing. Boeing at 147.30s. Again, are we buying the dip here? Are we buying the dip? Luckily, I took profit in my Google trade. I'm still up a little bit in the last remaining few shares. Hey, what's up, Raul? Boeing is like you failing every class in school, and then you were told that you graduated with honors. Yeah, for sure. Boeing pump, dump and pump. Yeah. Spy. Twitter, rip it up as well. Here's the spy. All right, man. Look at Boeing. Just super strange. Up to 148.50s here. 148.50s. Yeah. All right, Boeing's strange here. Again, I really have no idea why this is running. Does anybody know why Boeing is running here? Um, the CEO says that earnings were significantly impacted by losses of 2.8 billion on fixed price development programs in the defense business. So again, a lot of their losses were impacted by the defense business, and I think maybe that's making people a little bit less nervous about their losses. Again, we'll put up these numbers here on screen so you guys can see kind of what's been happening here with Boeing. Here is the numbers on screen. So again, you can see adjusted EPS was minus 618. Again, we do have Meta today, guys. Yeah, guidance. I don't see any guidance for Boeing either, though. I do see the only guidance numbers I see. Hold on, let me see. C's. Again, when you're just to give you a heads up, when you're looking for guidance, look for C's. If you look for Boeing C's blank, that's guidance. I think the reason they're probably up is because they're expecting positive free cash flow for 2022. There's no edge in this deal. I advise against using your rules. What rules, Arthur? Yeah, man. Elon, how about the Twitter deal? Done Friday. Spy starting to break. Again, we're in our little Google trade. We've already scaled out of most of it. Twitter, all the way back up to almost the $54 level here. So again, what do you guys think of Twitter here? Again, we got about 400 votes on our Boeing trade. Bullish or bearish on Boeing's earnings report and call. 48% are bullish, 52% are bearish here. We do have some numbers dropping at 8:30 as well, team. So we do have 8:30 numbers coming out as well today. Boeing at 147.20s. Boeing at 148.20s here, 148.20. So again, Boeing bouncing back up. I would buy that previous closing price dip, but you know, it's one of those things where we'll see. You know, we'll see. You got time. Google break it down, but again, we took profit on Google, so we're barely. I mean, our entry price is 97.40s for Google. So I mean, we're sitting in Google pretty right now, pretty. So it says Kanye is no longer a billionaire after Adidas and Gap cut ties. Again, though, here's my theory. This is what I think. This is what I think with Kanye, the whole stuff going on right now. Um, This is what I think is going on with Kanye. Okay, I think he did this intentionally to a certain extent. I don't think he thought he would get this type of reaction. But I think he's going to open up his own line now, And again, I don't know though. I think he may be completely blackballed from the industry now. He may be completely cut out of the industry now. And so I think that's might be something he doesn't understand. Obviously, he's kind of going crazy. You know, I kind of feel bad for Kanye, man. I mean, again, he's obviously kind of struggling, in certain things. I think he needs to understand, just like I said with Elon Musk, right? Exactly what I said with Musk, which is that you cannot come out super political about anything. And I certainly disagree with what he said, with what Kanye said. I think it was dumb to say that, of course. But when you sell products, including shoes, including cars with Elon Musk, staying super outspoken to one political side is bad news for your business. Because frankly, what happens is that at the very least, at the very best, when you come out really one-sided politically, you are ostracizing at least 40% of your consumers. At least 40%. On the worst end, it's 60%. And so again, when you're selling products to the world, to the public, you got to stay neutral, man. You got to stay neutral. It's something I truly believe in. Obviously, I stay pretty neutral here. But yeah, just, I don't know. Twitter started to move up, though. Elon says the Twitter deal will essentially be done this week. Twitter's ramping up to $53 a share here. $53 a share. I'm really going to start putting some size into my swing trades. There absolutely is such a thing as bad press, 100%. Yeah, that's what it is, Kevin, 100%. There is bad press. Yeah, for sure, Arthur. But yeah, so there is such a thing as bad press. When you sell consumer products, there's bad press. You better believe there's bad press. And Kanye is a pure example of that. Pure example. There's bad press. That saying is irrelevant here. There certainly is bad press. Again, if you think it's good that he got cut out of all of his major social media platforms, for him, I mean, again, I think it might have been certainly necessary to a certain extent. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with any of it, but it's certainly not good for his business. He definitely made, some mistakes. He's struggling right now. You better believe he's struggling. Twitter up to 53s right now, guys. Twitter up to $53 a share. As I see it, we had one support from moving averages, bullish divergence at weekly chart earnings. So I went long, and I see 4,100 coming soon. But what after 4,100? If I am right and we go down for one more leg down because I don't own any stocks, I only crypto, man. Look at Boeing testing highs again here for Boeing. Yeah, for sure. I saw about that, Emma. Yeah, just not smart, Larry. Like I said, just not smart, bro. Like I said, that's bad publicity for sure. All right, guys, starting to pop. We're at 149s for Boeing here. I don't think anybody expected this reaction to this earnings report. I don't think one person expected this reaction. Again, they did say that in quarter, the losses on fixed price development programs in defense business were driven by higher estimated manufacturing and supply chain costs for Boeing. Why is Boeing moving up? Does anybody know? Did it have one favorable number that dropped? The only thing I can see is that their third quarter end backlog includes more than 4,300 commercial planes. So they're sitting on 4,300 commercials. They delivered 9 787s in the third quarter. They posted a third quarter loss on fixed price defense development programs. Again, the only thing I can guess here is that their losses were on defense based stuff. That's not going to be influencing their price and profits moving forward. And so, in that regard, considering that they have continue to expect positive free cash flow for 2022, maybe that's one of the reasons they're reacted positively to this. Aside from that, I really have no idea why Boeing reacted like this. It's very strange, but hey, it is what it is. Boeing up. We'll see if we get some good stuff here. Again, Meta earnings this evening. Wholesale inventories today as well. Okay. Yeah, again, they don't care what happened last quarter. It's all about guidance. Yeah, positive free cash flow is what they're expecting for 2022. That is positive expectations. So maybe that's what's going up. Yeah, 100%, Chris. Boeing earnings were terrible, Vin. Terrible, bro. They did terribly. Hey, what's up, Tony? What's up, dude? Well, crypto's not tanking. I think it's more so stocks are tanking. Hey, what's up, JT? I'm not sure about what you should buy for your long-term portfolio, Costas. I really have no idea. I certainly tread away from telling anybody what to buy anything. I really have no idea what the market's going to do. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Please don't copy me. Um, all right, but yeah, Google dipped a little bit here. U.S. company stock buybacks are on pace to reach 1.25 trillion this year, which is a new record. Twitter up big here, man. Boeing up big from weird earnings. Bro, you know what tastes really, really good? Coffee. Again, they announced that a new Disney Star Wars movie is going to be coming out. It's going to be a sequel to The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I mean, again, I ended up cutting all my Disney trade yesterday. But again, we get another trade. We get another big drop in Disney. I'm going to be buying that thing up like crazy here. Again, let me know if you guys have any dip buys that you're considering. Again, we bought Google yesterday. We sold most of it today. We're green a little bit. We made like $50 from it. But hey, green is good. And like I said, man, my swing trades have been on point in terms of accuracy. Just on point with accuracy, man. We are just doing really, really well in terms of our swing trade. People are saying why.
Stay in the life.
People are saying, why is this Meta product manager posting a day in the life on TikTok? As a 23-year-old product manager at Meta, she's posting the video to TikTok. What could go wrong here? I mean, come on now, guys. Boeing at 148s here. We got Google at 98.30s. Google at 98.30s. Hey, what's up, Spawn? Hey, what's up? What's up, brother? Hey, good morning. Wait. All right, guys, we got Boeing up to 148s. Twitter up there, too. So getting a little bit Boeing bouncing back here, man. Bro, maybe Twitter is just really slow. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so Google at 98.30s here. Boeing at 148.50s. Laugh out loud at, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Please don't copy me. Bro, maybe I don't. I might have no idea what I'm talking about. Might be wildly wrong, you know? Building permit data out. Yeah, so we got mortgage applications. I don't see any building permit data. I see we got the NBA 30-year mortgage rate coming at 7.16%. So rates are higher. The 30-year mortgage rate is up. NBA purchase index came in at 160.4. NBA mortgage applications is down 1.7%. Last time it was down 4.5%, so a little bit higher than expected. That would probably evoke a negative reaction, I'm assuming, in markets. We had the mortgage market index drop at 201.1. Last time it was at 204.6. I think that's good. I think that's good. Less mortgage applications is better. It's kind of what we want. Mortgage refinance index came in a little bit higher, basically break even here. Brazilian PPI, which is seller inflation, came in at 1.96% versus 3.11% minus last time. And again, in about 30 minutes, we got good trades balance and wholesale inventories. New home sales drop at 10 a.m. as well. So we got a lot of stuff happening in the next 30 minutes, give or take. I'm not anything in Boeing right now. Yeah. Mitch says, this market, my friend, logic is for the weak. Tell them, Honestly, he's got it right, bro. Look at Boeing here. Boeing up to 147.50s on terrible earnings. Just ridiculously bad earnings here. They lost. Just to put this into perspective, how bad Boeing's earnings were right now. Just to put this into perspective, Boeing expected 1 cent loss per share. 1 cent is what they expected on sales revenue of 18.9 billion, roughly 18.9 billion expectations. 1 cent loss per share is what they expected. Boeing ended up showing $6.18 instead of losses. So they expected 1 cent loss. They ended up losing $6.18. That is wildly worse than expected. Way worse than expected. Revenue came in about $2 billion lower than expected as well. No, wait. Revenue came in $3 billion lower than expected as well. So $3 billion less in sales revenue. literally $6.17 worse than expected for profitability. EPS is what EPS is a gauge on profitability. So again, just weird reaction. Again, guidance numbers, a lot of these losses came from defense projects. And so I guess if I had to kind of just desperately try to make this make sense, maybe because the public sees that the losses were in the defense sector, as well as the follow through that they expect positive free cash flow for the year. Maybe that positive guidance and, defense sector losses just kind of making people say, okay, well, they lost this much this quarter, but moving forward for the next quarter, it's going to look much better for the fourth quarter. Maybe that is people's logic here with Boeing. It's definitely a little bit of a grasp, but let me know what you guys think. Meta is this evening. We're going to be streaming that too. Can the NASDAQ close flat and down near 32K? I'm not sure. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. We really appreciate it. All right, guys. So yeah, again, Google coming back down. At a certain point, we might have to cut it. Google at 198.10s, Boeing at 147.30s. Pull it back down a little bit. And so again, we'll see if we actually hold here. Now we got about 500 people here. Y'all smash that subscribe button. All right, Boeing back red on the day again. Google breaking down. Again, I'm still green. I don't know what we're going to do. We're probably up. Let me see what we're up on Boeing here, or on Google, I mean. So, yeah, we are up on this position. We have probably made about $30 to $40 right now, about $30 to $40. And so, again, I guess we'll sit in it. Hey, what's up, Brit? Boeing's starting to correct back down here. All right, so economists say they expect U.S. home prices to fall by as much as 20% in 2023. Good. I might be ready to buy the dip in 2023, bro. So again, my Google trade, luckily we got like 10 shares of this left, and I'll let it hold. Again, we're still green in the position. Yeah, I'm not in Boeing. We cover all the major earnings releases here. Fed looking out for Boeing. Good buds. When you short, is there a minimum amount of shares you have to short? It depends on what you're shorting. If you're shorting a large blue chip company that is what's called ETB, which stands for easy to borrow, you can short as much as you want. You can short one share, you can short two shares, whatever you really want to short there. If you are shorting any stock that's not ETB, what's called HTB, which stands for hard to borrow, and you have to locate positions, you have to locate short positions. There might be a minimum, I'm not sure. But you got to understand how it really works when you short anything, right? When you short anything, okay? When shorting something is the equivalent of going up to your neighbor and saying, "Yo, let me borrow a bag of sugar," and a bag of sugar is worth $1, right? So your neighbors say, "Okay, here's your bag of sugar," and so you immediately sell that bag of sugar. You take the dollar, you stick it in your pocket. You wait for the price of sugar to drop to 50 cents. You buy a bag of sugar for 50 cents, and then you return it to your neighbor, thus profiting the 50-cent difference, right? That is shorting in a nutshell. That is what shorting is. But the people that are most likely to loan you that bag of sugar. The people that are most likely that are going to loan you shares are long-term investors who do not care about short-term price fluctuations, right? And so the people who are loaning you shares are long-term investors. And so with that, the reason blue chip large cap companies have so many more shorts available and they're easy to borrow is because they have so many more long-term investors that are willing to just kind of put out the shares. And so it's very easy to find shares to short in large blue chips. Why? Because there's so many long-term investors holding them, willing to loan you those shares. Now, the reason there's not a lot of shorting available in penny stocks is for that exact reason. And the reason you have to locate shorts in penny stocks is for that exact reason. Why? Because most penny stocks are terrible investments, and there's not a lot of long-term investors that are sitting on penny stocks waiting, to give you out shares. There's just not that many long-term investors. And so in that regard, if you try to short a penny stock, you're going to have to pay to locate some long-term investor, because it's going to be hard to find those long-term investors that are interested. And they're going to have to go up to that long-term investor and be like, "Yo, we'll pay you this much if you loan your shares out." That's basically how it works. Uh, but with that said, most large blue chip companies you're able to short because, again, there's just tons of investors sitting in them that don't mind. I mean, if you're holding something for 20 years, who cares what the short-term fluctuations are going to look like? You might as well cop a percentage or whatever it is from loaning out those shares, if that makes sense. Hey, what's up, Juan? Hey, good morning, bro. The Fed looking for Boeing? Yes, sir. Boeing now finally red on the day, which it should be, I think. All right, guys. Today we got Meta earnings, guys. Remember, today we got Meta earnings. It's a lovely day. Lovely day. Today, Meta earnings. Again, let me know what you guys think of Meta here. Here's Meta on the left. We are going to be streaming this. Here's Meta on the left, down to 130.80s here. 130.80s. You know what I might do, though? I might bring Rosie back into this room, bro. Rosie has been chilling. We finally got Rosie. Rosie's just the best dog ever, bro. Just the best dog ever, man. Rosie, completely potty trained, never aggressive, super calm, listens completely. Just the greatest dog I've ever had, for sure. Like, I know, like, I've had dogs, but like prior to Rosie, they were really my parents' dogs, right? So like you get dogs, and when you're young, you think they're your dog, but really they're your parents' dogs. Like they love your parents, and so by association, they love you. But you're kind of like their brother, so they're kind of like, like, am I going to really listen to this guy? Sometimes, but they're going to listen to their parents, which is your parents, really. And so with that, you can have a dog when you're young, but you really only start to really have like dogs that you can love your dog, your childhood dogs, but whenever you have your own dog, it's just different. Whenever you have your own dog that like you're their parent basically, it's just different. And Rosie's just a great dog, man. She's completely potty trained, super loyal, just a good dog, man. Good dog. Thank you. Why do people say you will have more losses with shorting than with options? I mean, that is a subjective thing. It all depends on the person. So you can make a lot of money with options. You can lose a lot of money with options. You can make a lot of money shorting. You can lose a lot of money with shorting. It all depends on the trader. It doesn't have anything to do with the trading instrument. It's mostly the trader. Uh, yeah. Hey, just great dog, man. Rosie's just a cool dog, bro. She's super smart. She will learn a trick very fast, very fast. Like since she was little, I've been showing you guys videos of me training her. Since she was little, She's just listening so well, man. She's just a really good dog. So we actually got her to the point. So originally we crate trained her, right? So we had her, she would sleep in her crate at night. Now at this point, we have effectively taken her out of the crate. And so she's no longer in her crate at night. And she goes to her crate sometimes still. The only time we put her in her crate is if we're leaving. But at night now she sleeps in front of our bedroom door. And she knows she can't go in our bedroom because Carol's allergic to dogs to a certain extent. But she just kind of sleeps right outside her bedroom door. She doesn't pee in the house. She holds it all night without having to be in her crate, and she just kind of sits there. So just a smart dog, man. Anyways, Boeing red on the day now. Google popping back up, and so I'm glad I didn't sell into this big dip here for Google, because Google's bouncing back up now. Bounced at $98. Again, our entry for this is 97.40s here for Google. 97.40s, and you love to see it. Google bouncing back up. Meta all the way down to 130s. Is Meta a reasonable dip buy, guys? I mean, here's the question. This is Meta's weekly chart. That's a pretty rough looking chart, guys. Boeing starting to break down here. Look at Boeing all the way down to 145.50s here. So Boeing starting to break down. Again, is Meta a dip buy? I'm not going to buy it pre-earnings, that's for sure. But I'll tell you this: if Meta tanks big after earnings, I'm going to wait a little bit and probably buy that dip as well. And I'm probably going to get hated on heavy for it, and that's okay. Again, we're going to see. But if Meta dips after earnings, I'll probably buy it up, just because, again, I see a lot of bears about these social media companies long term, and I get it. I really understand, right? And I want people to understand, even if you're right about being a bear in these social media companies, even if you're correct, it's still going to take years to play out. And up until that point when it finally goes away, it's going to move in ranges. And if it's objectively cheap, or if there's objective value relative to those ranges, I'm going to buy it up. I'm going to buy it up. And so Meta down here, I'm not going to buy it because we do have earnings today. But if Meta drops bad earnings, or if Meta drops, I would actually love for Meta to have somewhat good earnings but still fall. If that's the case, then I'll buy that dip and I'll just sit. That's my plan, at least. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, that's what I told Carol. Like, I'm never gonna get, German Shepherd's just the best dogs. And we had a German Shepherd. We had an all-black German Shepherd as a kid. Her name was Bear. She was my mom's dog. Super loyal to my mom, though. Anytime I would hug my mom, she would get up in my grill and stare at me and growl, and as a warning. But just super smart, bro. Super smart. Every time she had to go to the bathroom, she would go up to the door and she would scratch the door and she would look at you and bark and go, "Roof." And if you didn't listen, she would bark louder. And then when you looked at her, she would scratch the door and then look back. And she basically yo, I got to go to the bathroom. Really smart dog. And so whenever we had the chance to get a dog, I told Carol, I was like, I want a German Shepherd. German Shepherds, we could have gotten a lab. Labs are cool. But, I wanted a mix of loyalty, defense dog, a good house dog, but also lovable. And I think German Shepherds, they'll mess somebody up more than a lab will, but they're also just as smart. If they're smarter, really. So just great dogs. Anyways, Disney, we ended up cutting our Disney trade yesterday. We rode it from about 91.60s all the way to about 102, 103, where we were sitting in it. Snap at 930s. Google started to dip a little bit back down some. Yeah, 100% twirl. Yeah, that's a cool mix. Husky and German Shepherd. What's your price point to buy Meta? I would say 125s. 125s, 120s. I'm going to start considering buying it up when it gets down there. Boeing breaking down here, kind of pulling the market down with it. But I would say 125s, give or take, depending on where we're at for markets. About 125s, I would say. Yeah, Pitts are great dogs too. And no offense to Pitts, I'm not saying Pitts are great dogs. All right, I'm not knocking Pitts. I'm really not. But with Pitts, just like bulldogs, any type of bulldog, you're gonna have more aggression naturally, instinctually. You're gonna have more aggression with Pitts, right? And I love Pitts. Pitts can be great dogs. You could also get some sus ones though, some iffy ones. You know what I mean? And so Pitts can be great dogs. It's all about who the owner is and how the owner raises them. But I do think there's some disadvantages to having pits. They're also a little bit less intelligent than German Shepherds. So I could have gotten a pit. Pits are the best watchdogs for sure. Super loyal, great watchdogs. That in terms of like a family dog. All right, it looks like my mic's out. I don't know how much you guys heard me. What was the last thing you guys heard? I think my mic was out. What was the last thing you guys heard? Yeah, pits are a little bit more reactionary, like bulldogs and pit bulls in general, are just a little bit more reactionary. We got about 11 minutes, guys, before this economic data is released here. And again, let me know your predictions for it. Uh, yeah, owners are bad, is what it is, Twirl. But okay, so yeah, so again, what I said was like pits can be great dogs. They really can. But in terms of like a family dog, again, bulldogs as well. Bulldogs very reactionary, very possessive over certain things. Can be very loyal to their owners. But and they can be great family dogs, but I just think German Shepherds are going to be a little bit better. They're a little bit smarter as well. Pits are a little bit less intelligent than German Shepherds. They're a little bit more reactive, better defense dogs, better home defense dogs for sure. Pit bulls are. Uh, but in terms of just all around family dog, I'd probably prefer German Shepherd over a pit. Now they could be great dogs, but for me personally, it's just my preference. The doctor's appointment went well, man. I got the heart of a champ. The doctor literally said I got the heart of a 16-year-old. They did it. I had a calcium score of 0. When they did my echocardiogram, they didn't see any problems whatsoever. And that she actually said that I had lower levels of like heart-related chemicals in my heart, like heart damage chemicals, than like most people my age. So I'm actually basically top 3 hearts in the world right now, is what she said. Heart of a 16-year-old broken. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate all the thoughts. So today, guys, in terms of economic data, we have good trades balance dropping in 10 minutes, retail inventories, wholesale inventories, and then we've got new home sales drop at 10. We've got the Canadian Bank of Canada rate statement at 10 a.m. as well. We got crude oil inventories dropping at 10:30. So yeah, we got some stuff happening. Again, Meta dipping, Google dipping, Boeing dropping some as well. So getting some weakness in markets right now. Your humor is hilarious, John. I thank you, Camping. I appreciate it, man. We try over here. My daughter's got the same humor, and my daughter's like a little clone of me. She's got the same humor I do. It's great, She tells my jokes at school. She goes to school. She tells my jokes, You love to see it. Boeing at 145s. Meta just testing lows here. So Meta lows are at 131. We're at 131.50 here. Now 131 is a big level. We want to see us hold over that. It's the low of the day. Again, we do have Meta earnings today. So, I mean, maybe we're getting some extension heading into this. Again, let me know what you guys think we'll get from Meta earnings. In fact, we're going to end this poll on Boeing. We got about 600 votes. We're going to end this poll right now. And we're going to do another poll, bullish or bearish, on today's Meta earnings release. It drops at 4 p.m. Bull or bear? Let me know. We're going to do the poll. Vote on the new poll. What you think of Meta, guys? Meta down to 134.40s. Google testing lows as well, down to 97.80s here. Do you think Microsoft drop is more Google sympathy since they beat on earnings? Yes. I think everything's impacted by Google. How will this impact crypto? Crypto follows the regular market. Yeah, Mastiffs are just too big for me, bro. I would love a Mastiff, to be honest, dude. I would love a Mastiff or a Dane. But they would probably destroy my house, too. Not if you raise them right and you exercise them enough, but But in terms of like, I'll put it this way, Carroll's like 5 feet tall, like 5'1". You know, a mastiff's a lot of dog to handle, especially when they're young. When they're puppies, they're difficult. I am banned from pre-market spy trading from now on. Why, Walter? Rottweiler, yeah. I don't know, man. Rottweilers are cool, great dogs. Never had one though, so I can't say good or bad. I've had pits, I've had German shepherds, I've had labs, I've had golden retrievers, I've had Springer spaniels, cocker spaniels, great dogs. Springer spaniels, great dogs, man. But yeah, so again, market started to test lows a little bit. Break it down. Google down to $98. We've got Snapchat still at 930s, doing okay. Disney falling down a little bit. They did announce a new Star Wars movie coming out. It's a sequel to Rise of Skywalker. They didn't actually put any trailer or anything like that, but they did announce that it's in production, basically. So that's exciting. I love Star Wars movies. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, so to speak. So, what's been your best trade lately? Well, it's probably been a swing trade, man. Again, my swing trades have been on point over the last like 3 to 6 months. I bought Disney at 91.60s. I sold at 103. Yesterday, I sold the remaining position. I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before. I bought Snapchat after the earnings drop at about 780s. Ended up riding it to about 930s and cutting out most of it yesterday. Still holding a little piece of it, but I made about, but Snapchat made 25% gains over the period I was holding it. So, that was a pretty solid one. We got into some nice day trades, but I would say my swing trades have been on point lately. They've been, definitely my best trades. And honestly, again, my swing trades have been so accurate lately. It's getting to the point where I might start considering adding some real size to my trades because, again, they've just been really accurate. I'm not trying to brag. Of course, I might just be getting lucky. It's certainly possible. But my swing trades have been pretty solid. I've been, like I said, when I look at my swing trades, I probably swing traded Snapchat 2 or 3 times. I've made money every single time over the last 6 months. I've swing traded Disney. I've bought big dips and sold on the bounces. I've done that at least 5 times over the last 6 months. I've made money on every single one. I have not lost money on one Disney trade. At least 5 swing trades for Disney over the last 6 months. And I've made money on every single one. Intel was the biggest loss that I've taken lately, I think. I've dip bought and held Facebook and Meta overnight. Nvidia, I think I lost a little bit on Nvidia. I lost a little bit on an Nvidia and Intel swing trades with chip stocks. I lost a little bit on, but again, just very, very accurate with my swing trades over the last 6 months. And so it might be something where I start to scale up some. I think it's probably about that time because I can certainly see an edge show up in how I swing trade. And again, my swing trading strategy is very, very simple. I look for ranges, of course. I look for ranges. And what I specifically do is I look for ranges and I try to find objective value relative to that range, right? So I look for overextension specifically. So I look for stocks that are somewhat healthy. Like it's always mid or large cap stocks. It's never penny stocks. Snapchat's the riskiest stock I've gotten in. But I look for big drops, big overreactions on the downside, and I buy the dip and I sit on it. And I'll hold it for a year if I need to. But most of the time I'm up within a couple weeks, at least lately. All right, guys, we do have this economic data coming out today. Disney earnings are not next week, I think, but the week after that. Huskies need too much exercise from me. Huskies, great dogs, but they're snow dogs, man. They need to run. And we got a yard and everything, but more so than a German Shepherd, they're going to need more exercise. And I just don't know if it'd be responsible for me to get one. I'm busy a lot. You guys see me, I stream a lot. Carol kind of helps raise Rosie. And so I just don't know if it'd be responsible for me to get one. If I do get something, I might get an Indian ringnet parakeet and have it chill on my shoulder and talk about stocks. I might get one of those. But Meta, break it down here. We do have the numbers drop in about 2 minutes, guys. About 2 minutes. Hey, thank you, D. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, thank you, man. And again, I've said it as many times to put it into perspective. Every single time I've taken these swing trades, I've had people come out and talk smack about my swing trades. Like every single time, and I've made money on 90% of them, and so it kind of shows you got to just tune out some of the market sometimes, because the loudest people are usually the worst people in terms of criticism. All right, guys, we got about a minute left. 1 minute. Again, right now we have specifically, let me see. Yeah, so right now we have good trade balance, retail inventory, core retail inventories is what this is, and wholesale inventories dropping as well. We also have new home sales dropping at 10 a.m. Let's see how this impacts markets. Again, good trades balance for September. Last time was 87.28 billion. So this is the difference between imported and exported goods. And negative is more imported, I believe. Positive is more exported. And so again, last time we came in at minus 87.2. Again, data drops in about 30 seconds. So good trade balance drops. Core retail inventories and wholesale inventories are dropping. Again, retail core inventories dropped last time at 0.6%. Wholesale inventories dropped at 1.3%. We'll see how these impacts markets, but they're coming out right now. 15 seconds. Five seconds, guys. Good luck. Let's see if we get something good here. All right, guys, there is the drop. Let's see what it showed up as. All right, so good trades balance came in at minus 92.22 billion, which means that we're exporting or we're importing more than we're exporting here at minus 92.2 billion. Core retail inventories came in at minus 0.1% versus minus 0.7% expected here. Let's look at the SPY. Let's see how the SPY reacted to this data here. Looks like it's reacting negatively to a certain extent. And so again, we came in at minus 0.1% versus 0.7% down, or versus 0.7% positive expected. Again, retail inventories are out. Good trade balance came in lower than expected, or worse than expected, with higher importing numbers here. Again, in terms of good trade balance, importing is worse, exporting is better, because that means when we're exporting things, that means we're selling things to other countries. And so in that regard, we want to see higher export numbers. And so if it's minus, it means more importing. And so we last time was 87.28 billion. This time we showed it at 92.22 billion, and minus 0.1% for retail inventories versus positive 0.7% last time. So retail inventories, core retail inventories went down. I don't see wholesale inventories yet, though. And we'll put these numbers up on screen. All right, so here's wholesale inventories. I do see them. Building permits for September came in at 1.564. So we did have building permits. Here's the numbers right there in chat. And Bird will say, all right, guys. All right, guys. Here's the opening bell. Don't sue me, is what the bird will say. Yeah, so again, we got a little bit of a bounce back. Dollar index here. If we look at the dollar index pumping up a little bit after the open. And so again, we did have some data drop here. Wholesale inventories came in a little bit lower than expected, which is good, I think, for inflation problems. There's wholesale inventories right there. We're going to put the rest of the data up on screen. Retail inventories came in at minus 0.1. Building permits, all right, so again, here is the data here, right there. So again, markets reacting negatively. We're starting to drop down on these numbers here. There's the dollar index on my left. You can see the SPY and Boeing start to break down on these numbers, getting dropped. Bed Bath & Beyond dropping. Mullen fanboys. Yeah, man. I mean, I want traders to truly understand this, man. Like, again, the stocks that have the biggest followings are usually stocks that are doing the worst. And I'm not even trying to knock on them, man. Like, they get really weird over criticisms. I'm trying to protect people, and I think that's obvious, you know. And so the problem with a lot of these penny stocks is that they just get these communities that sprout up from them that, you know, they just never say never. Or they never say it's over. They just kind of keep doubling down on some of these penny stocks. And most of these penny stocks are just going to have a long-term negative chart. Mullen specifically, man. If you look at Mullen, man, Mullen is looking horrible over the last year. You know, yeah, it's had some momentum over the last couple days. You know, so yeah, it's up, you know, it's up 150% or give or take over the last week. But the problem with it is, like, if you look at the actual long-term chart, like if you look at a daily chart, it's gone straight down. You know, so even with being up over 100% in the last couple of days, it's still at 50 cents a share. At the start of the year, it was at $8 a share. So it's gone from $8 at the start of the year for Mullen down to 50 cents where it's sitting now. It's you might get short-term momentum from it, but it's just something like you got to really be careful here, man. Again, the communities that usually the biggest communities are usually communities that sprouted up from stocks just tanking, from a lot of traders getting stuck. Right, when a lot of traders get stuck, they form communities around it, and they just kind of tell each other what they want to hear with confirmation bias. Right, you see it with AMC, you see it with GameStop, you see it with, you know, Mullen, you see it with a lot of different ones. And unfortunately, like, trying to play some of these long term is just super risky, you know, super risky. Hey, what's up, Pawn? Hey, thank you, brother. All good, Walter. Good news is bad news. Bad news is good news. Yeah, kind of right now. What about AMC? AMC, specifically, I might get out of Google here. Again, we bought the dip. We're just going to sit on our little green trade. So we're going to cut Google right now, I think. Yeah, we're out. We made a little bit of money from it. Not much, but a little bit. Just starting to dip too much. We bought the dip. We made money. Now we're just kind of chilling back. But yeah, so with AMC, nobody wants to hear this, but like, these communities sprout up from getting stuck. Like, there's the AMC community is so large because a lot of traders got stuck, you know. And so again, if you look at AMC here on the left, what happened is, like, here's the yearly chart, here's the weekly chart, right? And so what happened is, like, you got a lot of traders that kind of jumped on the bandwagon here, you know. And when you get a lot of traders that jump on the bandwagon here and here and here, what happens is that they desperately don't want to look at it objectively anymore. You know, the likelihood that AMC is going to go back up to these levels is very low, and they're essentially betting all their money on they're essentially betting all their money on you know, a movie theater stock. And it is what it is. And again, I do think there's some bull things for AMC. I'm not just knocking AMC. I think AMC right here where we're at now is very cheap relative to the following at hand. You know, I think the following in AMC is huge, and I think right now it's objectively valuable, or it's objectively cheap relative to its, you know, following. And so I think there's objective value here for AMC. But will it break $100 anytime soon? I don't think so. You know, and the problem was that there was so much sensationalism that a lot of people ended up thinking that they were just going to get rich and change their life with AMC. And then when it didn't happen, nowadays you see a lot of the big time AMC streamers, the big time AMC pumpers. Now what are they doing, right? They're saying, oh, we don't want to talk about AMC. Let's go talk about FOMC meetings and rate hike decisions. It's like, oh, you're going from AMC to fundamental now? Okay, bro. You know, like, let's just ignore the fact that you told everybody it was a great buy at $50 a share. You know, and again, they turn into Scooby-Doo villains, you know, where it would have worked if it wasn't for those pesky shorts. You know, speaking of Scooby-Doo, look at that mug, man. But yeah, my point is that stocks that have the biggest followings usually happen because of stuff like this, right? A lot of traders buy it up here, they buy it up here, they buy it up here. And then when it tanks down like this, then they turn into bag holders long term. Then they turn into long term investors. This is what happens, right? And that creates these huge communities around them, like Mullen. Mullen, same thing. If you look at Mullen's chart, here is Mullen over a weekly chart. Again, why does Mullen have such a big community of traders pumping it up everywhere? Because you got a lot of traders that bought it way up here. And unfortunately, it's the truth. Nobody likes to look at it that way, but listen, I've traded the market every day for 5 years. That's the truth. That's why the followings are so big there, is because, again, people got stuck. Meta earnings are at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Toby, all good, bro. All right, guys. Boeing breaking down. SPY breaking down. What else we got moving today, guys? Again, we're looking at Meta here. Meta earnings are this evening. We are going to be streaming them, of course, like we always do. But stuff's starting to break down. Looks like me getting out of Google was the right move here. But, John, they said that AMC's mother of all short squeezes was confirmed. I've been a broken record about AMC for a long time now. And one thing that I've been saying for years and years is that AMC is not the most favorable short squeeze, man. It's just not. Short float 20%. It's high. It's not incredibly high, like mother of all short squeezes high. Again, what happened with AMC is you had a lot of traders that knew a little bit about the market, but didn't quite know everything. Like, they didn't quite understand the nuance behind like how price action is really going to work and what the ceiling is for specific stocks and for specific things relative to like float size and short float. Right. And so during the AMC GameStop craziness, you had a lot of traders start talking about it and streaming it, but they didn't quite understand it right. And so, again, they look at a figure with like synthetic shares and naked shorts, and they just think that they can twist and turn the data to say that they might get a crazy short squeeze. But again, it was never the most favorable. The short float, 20%. The float size is just frankly too large for a mother of all short squeezes. The float size is just too big. 500 million in the float, that's a large float. You're not going to get a stock like that to really move, thousands of percentages like that. It's just not going to happen, really. Like, AMC is not going to have a bigger market cap than Apple. And again, no matter what happens, even if there were that many synthetic shares or naked shorts, and like that's what a lot of them didn't understand, is that like the market wouldn't allow that to happen. It was never going to. And so what it really was is just confirmation bias. SPY dropping down. It's at 381.20s. Yeah, all good, Toby. All good. What's up, Twin? Massive offering is active in Mullen. It will tank. No position here. Yeah, I mean, Mullen, I think best case scenario is it gets bought out. And I'm kind of, some people, and again, I hope you guys understand, regardless of whether you're in Mullen or AMC or not, I'm just giving you guys my truth. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe AMC does shortly rip up and do the mother of all short squeezes. But again, I think there's a reason if you look at most AMC tubers, they're pivoting to other things. It's because they know the probabilities now. And so what happens, instead of being like, yo, I was wrong about AMC, I'm sorry, guys, for giving you guys the wrong expectations, they're just going to kind of turn away and act like they never said anything and start covering other stuff. And again, if the following that they have is gullible enough to keep watching them, cheers to them. But in the end, unlikely AMC ends up squeezing up over 100 anytime soon. Maybe if it gets strong in the future. But I think there's also an argument for movie theaters as a whole struggling long term. I think you're seeing less and less blockbuster hits versus what it was like 10 years ago even. And so in that regard, streaming is obviously the future. We're still going to have movie theaters, but I think they're going to be lesser and lesser used over time. And so until we get some type of game changing sector breaking thing in movie theaters, I just think that it's going to struggle. Hey, well, good luck. Bitcoin 21,000 today. Result time, please. Results for what? Yeah, Boeing missed on everything, and it had a late reaction, but it's finally starting to tank down here. So Boeing missed on everything. It did have some good guidance numbers. I think it put out something that said it's expecting free positive cash flow for this year, and so that's good for Boeing. And I think that is what initially caused the big spike up. Again, what we got though in terms of echo data is we got building permits came in on par with expectations, basically. Core retail inventories came in lower than expected. Uh, Good trade balance came in worse than expected, which means that we're importing more than we're exporting more. Wholesale inventories came in higher than or came in lesser than expected, which is good for inflationary problems. But yeah, that's kind of what's coming down. That's what's making everything fall. Hey, thank you, SJ. I appreciate it, brother. When the short volume decreases, the success of AMC increases. Correct. Yes. It wouldn't be a short squeeze anymore. I mean, again, people can look at a short squeeze, but here's the mistake a lot of AMC traders made, and including the AMC YouTubers. Like, here's the mistake that they made. Okay. Here's what they didn't understand is that they didn't understand they underestimated the intelligence of hedge funds. Okay. Like, people hate on hedge funds, but they are the smartest people in the world, bro. They are the smartest people in the world. There's a reason, you have to have like top-notch analytical skills to work at a hedge fund and with backlogs of data backing, your skill. There's a reason you have to have that. It's because hedge funds are not stupid, and they are the smartest people in the world. And so with that, they lost billions of dollars in GameStop. Billions, they lost billions and billions of dollars. With that, they're not stupid, man. They're not going to make the same mistake twice. They're not going to just greedily pile into AMC long term. GameStop 120% short float. So just way higher than AMC's. And again, the hedge funds are just not dumb. They're not going to do the same thing twice in the same year. And again, basically the AMC tubers were betting that they would, and they didn't. And so of course you see AMC never really take off like they wanted it to, because again, the hedge funds are not stupid. They're not going to pile in 120% short like they did in GameStop. That's just not what they're going to do. They're not dumb. They might make that one mistake, which was really like a game-changing mistake. It kind of changed the market for universally. But is it going to happen again? Probably not anytime soon. They're still feeling that pain, and they don't want to experience that. It's kind of like when you lose big at anything, right? If I lose $1,000 taking one specific strategy out of nowhere, am I going to trade that same strategy? Maybe, but maybe that's a bad analogy. I'll put it this way: if I lose $1,000 investing in something, am I going to invest in that company right afterwards? Probably not. And the same thing with GameStop and AMC. Yeah, so I mean, we have Meta earnings today. You can see Meta at 131.50s, SPY at 381.20s. We got Boeing at 144s. So we got some stuff. We got some more stuff dropping today. I mean, it's not just this stuff. Like, we got a lot of stuff coming out today. I think you give hedge funds too much credit. I think that we can already look in hindsight and see that this was correct. Greed will always power, squeezes, and I understand that. But the amount of greed that you need to get the type of move that you got in GameStop is much higher. Hey man, oh man, you're looking good today, bro. Love you, dude. Have a good day at school, man. What you doing, man? You hanging out? Look, here's Facebook stock. You see that? You want to see Roblox stock?
Is it slinking down? Because I'd expect that.
Yeah, it did, man. It did drop just like you expected. Again, it was up here at 80 when you expected it, and you said that you thought it would be about half the price, and you were right. It's back at 40s now. So nice work, man. Good job, dude.
How much money is Roblox making?
How much money is Roblox making? So it's all based off of EPS, which is called earnings per share. All right, so if we look at it for Roblox, this is how they kind of determine how much money they make, right? So you can look at financials here. You can look at
That's still some.
So it looks like they lost $3 a share. They lost 30 cents a share in their last earnings report. So it happens every quarter. So every 3 months they release their earnings. Every 3 months they basically tell you how profitable they are or how losing they were, right? And so they're losing money. Roblox has never made money since they IPO'd. But
How much money does
how much money do they have? So to do that, you would look at market cap. They've got about $27.27 billion. You know how much a billion is? How much?
It's like 1,000,000 times a million?
No, it's 1,000,000 times 1,000.
Oh.
So a billion is 1,000 millions, which is a lot.
And 1,000,000 is 1,000 thousands.
That's right. 1,000,000 is 1,000
I did
thousands.
the math.
Yeah, nice. Good work, man. So we got Boeing bouncing back up a little bit. Roblox is still on the left here. So Roblox is still on the left. We got Meta here, so Facebook. Right now we're in what's called earnings season. So, we're getting those companies reporting how profitable they are. All right, buddy. Hey, I love you, man. Be safe at school, okay? Love you, buddy. Bye-bye. All right. So, again, we got the SPY rebounding. Boeing bouncing back some. Yeah. He's learning. He's learning a little bit. He did bet that about 6 months ago, a little bit longer. I asked him, I said, hey, what do you think Roblox? Because he plays Roblox. I said, hey, what do you think about Roblox? Do you like the stock? Do you think it's going to be around in 5 years? And he said he thought it would be about half the price. And so now he said that at 80, Roblox is now at 45. So he's pretty close, I think he's just guessing, of course. But, it's kind of fun to say, hey, Jack was right. One thing people don't think about is that just as a trader can average down, a short can average up. So when it ran, they were able to average up in profit even more on the fall from that run. Exactly. And again, the crazy thing is that they base it off of principle. And it's just like, look, y'all aren't punishing anybody. Y'all are just giving up y'all's money for a fabrication of principle. Fred says, why all the talk of AMC and GameStop? Because it's a necessary thing for people to understand. Because at a certain point, the people pumping AMC were predatory. They were telling people unreasonable expectations with GameStop as well. And they caused people to lose thousands, if not millions of dollars. And so in that regard, I try to be honest with people. And, I repeat this many times because it's something that people need to understand the reality of it. You look up trading on YouTube. You're going to get a lot of sensationalized things. You're going to get people slagging courses for thousands of dollars on publicly available content. You're going to get people pumping up terrible penny stock companies that are going to go end at zero. And you're going to have people encouraging people and putting all their eggs in this crazy, short squeeze that's just never really going to happen. And you got to take yourself and you got to get rid of all that sensationalized nonsense. And you got to look at the market objectively and try to find objective value. That's all it really is. And so my job with this channel is to tell people the truth and help people understand how it really is, not how people want it to be. Hey, that's right, Mr. George, 100%, bro. All right, guys. Meta up to 131.70s, 131.70. SPY at 380.140. So starting to bounce back a little bit with Boeing here. Starting to bounce back a little bit. Yeah, he's a good kid, man. He's a good kid. Hey, thank you, Joshua. I appreciate it, man. What were the coding games for kids? Tinker is one. Tynker. So Tinker is one. Code Combat is another one. Meta starting to bounce back at 132s here, guys. 132. So we'll see if it continues. Team, we'll see if it continues back up. Mullen is ripping up. If you want penny stock moving, Mullen is ripping up some. So, maybe we'll continue. We'll see. So SPY at 381.40s here. We got Meta at 132s. Again, let's see if we rebound here, guys. What do you guys think? All right, and again, let's see if Google rebounds here. We had a big drop from earnings yesterday. Again, we'll see if we continue down or what. All right, again, SPY at 381s here. We got Meta at 131.80s here. We got Boeing at 145.40s. Again, Mullen starting to ramp back up. Yeah, I just posted this really funny video retweeting. It's called "When Elon Musk Enters the Twitter Offices" on Friday. It's actually really funny. If you want to see what I'm laughing at, follow me on Twitter. Here is the Twitter link. We certainly appreciate it. Give me a follow on Twitter. It's twitter.com/beginnertrades. Check out my profile. Watch what I retweeted. It's actually really funny. Go check it out. Give me a follow if you haven't already. We certainly appreciate the love and support we get here. Again, wholesale inventories came in lower than expected. Wholesale inventories gauge the change in total value of goods held in inventories by wholesalers. So again, I mean, it came in better than expected. We had less wholesale inventories. So again, market's bouncing back up a little bit. Next, we have new home sales drop at 10 a.m. New home sales dropping at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll cover that as well. It's right around, it's almost 9 a.m. right now, so we got about an hour before that drops. But again, Boeing at 145.50s here. When's the Boeing earnings call? Conference call is going to be at 10:30. Should we stream the Boeing call? We can. I mean, we got the Meta call later today too. I mean, it's at 10:30. So I mean, we could stream that. Let me know if you guys just want us to. You guys want us to stream the Boeing call? Which report, Ver? Why is it that good traders can move on to another strategy and be consistent, but I can't find one strategy that I'm consistent with? Been doing this for 1.5 years. Well, there's a few reasons that could be happening, Matthew. One of the main things that gets new traders in trouble is that they just stay. Okay, so you got to think about the realm of strategies. Okay, let me figure out the best way to put this. You got to think about the realm of strategies. All right, the simple strategies are usually ones that work the best, right? So for me personally, I look for VWAP bounces, VWAP pullbacks. I wait for essentially a crossover under the VWAP, and I buy the dip. If it dips to VWAP, as long as it's above VWAP, I buy a pullback to VWAP, and then I ride the quick bounce. If it's shorting, I wait for a break underneath VWAP, and I kind of short the bounce to VWAP area. So at number one, the first thing I'll tell you, Matthew, is that if you're buying high of the day breakouts, that is a sucker strategy. That is a losing strategy. Some traders might be able to make high of the day breakout strategies work, but a large majority of them fail. And so if you are buying high of the day breakouts or low of the day shorts, you are trading a newbie strategy that most new traders are going to, for whatever reason, new traders get stuck in this limbo where they're just kind of buying high of the day breakouts. They're shorting low of the day breakdowns, and they just kind of keep losing. And even though they keep losing, they just kind of keep stubbornly attacking those strategies over and over again because it's the only sign of strength that they know. Again, frankly, in my opinion, sucker strategies. Most experienced traders are actually taking profit at high of the day levels, which is why you get such big dramatic drops at those levels. If that makes sense, is because experienced traders are just taking profit there. The other thing is that, most strategies are going to work, excluding high of the day and low of the day breakouts. Most strategies that you can find, like most pullback strategies, can work. It depends on the market nuance. It also depends on, you kind of have to get into a flow state of the market. Like you need to trade every single day and watch how the markets are reacting to different things to kind of understand what's working at that current part of, in that current market and what's not. And that takes a little bit of time to kind of get into that zone of judging the market accurately. It takes a little bit of time. You get into kind of a flow state of it when you pay attention to it long enough, I would say. And so the other thing is just try out as many strategies as you can. I will say that pullback strategies are going to work far more than breakout strategies. Buying high of the days and shorting low of the days is, again, a rookie strategy, in my opinion, that most people lose on. And so I just wouldn't recommend that. And I think, again, a lot of new traders get stuck in those strategies because it's the only strategies that they know. Hope you understand. Again, maybe I'm sure there's some traders that can make money with high of the days and low of the day breakouts and stuff like that, but most people can't. And again, you got to understand the range here. Let me give you a good example of this. Okay, so let's look at ranges. All right, so here's a perfect example of it on the SPY. Right, here's a perfect example. Okay, so again, you could buy this high of the day breakout. Whoa, hold on, let me get this a little bit better. You could buy this high of the day breakout right here. But as I just said, experienced traders, let me fix this. As I said, experienced traders are taking profit right here. And so what happens? You get the stock moving up and then you get a pullback. Why? Because experienced traders are looking at this range specifically here. Experienced traders are looking at this range. Right? And so what experienced traders are doing is they're looking at this range, they're identifying it, they're buying the pullbacks to it, they're riding it up, and they're selling the top, and that's causing these drops back down. And they're buying the dip, they're moving it back up, they're selling at the top, they're riding it back down, and they're attacking that range, right? New traders see this, and they say, "Oh, a high of the day break. Look at this thing." And they buy it here instead, and they almost always lose, and then it slams down, and they say, "I don't know what I'm doing wrong." Well, you're buying at the top of the range is what you're doing. And, you should be buying at the bottom of the range. The whole point of a range is to get in cheap and sell high, And so, again, I hope that makes sense. Again, that's the easiest way to put it on what most new traders are doing wrong is, again, they're buying high of the day breakouts and they don't understand what's wrong with that strategy. Again, you're buying the top of the range. If you're day trading penny stocks, what you're doing wrong is probably even more obvious, which is you're trying to day trade penny stocks. Again, the futures market can be incredibly powerful for a few different reasons. The main one is that it gets you around the PDT rule, right? So here's the SPY. It's what I trade the most. If you look at the E-mini on the right, it's doing the same exact price action. It's the same exact thing. See, look, you get a big drop, you get a big bounce, you get a big drop, you get a big bounce. This right side is the same as this left side here, and you can see it's the same. But this right side is tradable with no PDT restrictions in the futures market. So this is a futures contract. You could day trade it, you could short it, very similar to regular trading stocks. But there's no PDT restrictions. And if you want to try out the futures market, again, Top Step is a sponsor of my video, so I'm certainly biased in their favor. But if you want to try out Top Step, they fund traders in futures. They are the most legitimate funded account program in the world. You see a lot of them sprouting up. Top Step is the most legitimate. They've been around the longest. They've been around for over a decade, and they're really who all the other funded account programs copy off of, to be completely real. What Top Step does is they give you a demo. And if you can hit their target on the demo while following their rules and conditions and pass both phases, then they fund you between $50,000 up to $150,000 with a 90% split. They pay out millions, fund thousands of traders a year, and it's a great way to get your foot in the door of the futures market and at least try it out with limited risk, right? You can try out the base package, which is like 130 something a month. If you use my link, they'll give you a 50K demo. If you can hit 3,000 in profit on that 50K demo without losing $2,000 total and over $1,000 per day, which I think is a reasonable ratio. Making 3 without losing over 2 is a reasonable ratio to judge your skill. You'll have some pressure on you to succeed, but it's not the full extent of a real live account. You put up 10K yourself in the futures market, you're going to be risking thousands, and the market can go against you very, very quick. And so I think even for new futures traders, I think it makes sense. You get some pressure to succeed, but not the full extent. And so if you want to check it out, here's the link. I'll post it in chat. We are going to be trading on there today. We have had 2 green days in a row, and we'll also pin this to the top of the page if you want to check it out. And again, check out Top Step. You can also find the link in the description as well. And again, everything we do here is free. And so we don't charge for content. We don't sell content. We just kind of put everything out there for free. We haven't actually plugged anything today. And then we've been streaming for hours and hours. And so I hope you guys understand we will plug things occasionally. And that's a normal thing. Of course, we don't sell content. We don't claim to be experts. But we do have sponsors. And that should be an understandable thing. What pattern do you look for to get in on the pullback? Pullbacks with small caps like ABCD patterns. Well, small caps are less reliable. Understand, I don't care what anybody says. Small caps are less reliable than large caps, right? So day trading small caps is going to be noticeably more difficult than day trading large caps, 100%, or day trading the futures market, I would say. And so again, you can trade penny stocks. In my opinion, the futures market is a better market for new traders. Again, if you trade small or you do a funded account program, you can get your feet wet without risking a lot. Penny stocks, the problem with penny stocks is that some people might be able to day trade them effectively and make money, but the problem with most is that it's simply very, very risky. Like you can buy a penny stock short term. If that penny stock announces an offering, it can just get slammed down. You can lose 50% in 2 seconds. In penny stocks, right? That can cause big drawdowns that are inescapable. You can also, get stuck in manipulation trades. They can get halted. There's just a lot of risk in penny stocks. It's not easy to trade. Again, in trading, a very common theme, a universal theme in trading is follow the big money. Big money doesn't really trade penny stocks like that. And there's a reason why. It's because there's lower edge in penny stocks than anything else. I get it. Penny stocks are what's marketed to new traders because new traders have small accounts. Again, the futures market doesn't have PDT restrictions. You can get involved with futures. You can buy less shares of large caps. But again, the penny stock market is just risky, man. Again, most people are going to lose. What is a funded account? Exactly what it says. So a funded account is like in Top Steps, what they're talking about is an actual funded account, right? So if you don't want to put up the money yourself, you could try to get funded in some of these funded account programs. And again, what they do is they give you a demo. And so, the base one on Top Step is 50K. I'm in the 150K one. But they give you a 50K demo account. And if you can hit their profit target while following their rules, they will fund you. They will give you $50,000 to trade with a 90% split. And so if you take that 50K funding, account they give you and you make 10K, you get to keep 9,000 of that. They keep 1,000 since they're funding you. Again, this is regulated by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange as well. And again, they pay out millions of dollars every year in withdrawals to their funded traders. They fund thousands a year. We did make money yesterday and the day before, so we are doing pretty good. Jordan Belfort on why rich people don't buy penny stocks is because they're too smart. Yeah. The Wolf of Wall Street quote is, "We're selling garbage to garbage men." And there's a reason they got to sensationalize penny stocks. Again, you ask a penny stock bag holder, "Oh, penny stocks are great. You could do it." All right. So again, here's yesterday. So far this week, this is our graph. We are up about 300 this week, small on this account, but we're doing okay. We're going to try to get better at that today. Most rich people are smarter, I would say. There's a reason they're rich. Some of them are inherited money, of course, but I would say that, I'm sure on average, in order to make good money, you got to be somewhat smart, I would say, but I don't know. I don't know what the statistics are there. Wow. So do you have to pay per trade? Yeah, they're going to give you a demo account first, Travis, is what it is, right? So they give you a demo, and your job is to hit their profit target while following their rules. Again, the base one, you got to hit 3K in profit on a 50K demo without losing over 2K total or $1,000 per day. There's also a max contract sizing. Again, they're legitimate funded account programs, so they're going to really test you, and it's very difficult to get funded. You know, to put it out there, it's very hard to get funded. It's not easy, of course, but I think regardless of whether you get funded or not, for $130 or whatever the base package is, it's going to make you a better trader. You're going to have rules you have to follow. You're going to have conditions you have to follow. You're going to have profit targets you got to hit. You got to have max losses. I think following those rules is going to condition yourself through repetition to do the correct things in trading. And so I think regardless, I think most people aren't going to get funded. I think it's very difficult to get funded. But I think regardless of whether you get funded or not, it's going to make you a better trader. And it's 130 something a month, And so I think, again, if I could start over, I wouldn't trade penny stocks. I would probably do that. But of course, I'm certainly biased in their favor because they're a sponsor of mine. And of course, they pay me money. And so, of course, I'm biased in their favor naturally. And I always try to put that out there. All right, guys, market's starting to bounce back. E-mini on the right, Meta on the left. Here we got Boeing on the right now. Boeing down to 145s. Still pretty neutral relative to their earnings release. I mean, it was a pretty rough earnings, and they did react positively here. Hey, what's up, Harry? I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you, bro? All right, guys, we got about 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes. Another pretty cool platform that I use. And again, we're going to do a couple sponsored posts here because, like I said, we keep the first few hours completely free of anything sponsored or anything like that. But what I love using, frankly, is Chart Prime. I love using Chart Prime. I think Chart Prime works incredibly well, and I'll show you guys how. Okay, what I like using Chart Prime for, number one, is you can use this. It's a trading view indicator service. They are a sponsor of my video, but I actually legitimately use them with my tradings, and they work very, very well. Okay, here's Tesla. You can use it on stocks, futures, crypto, whatever you want to use. It's a trading view indicator service. All right, now I like using just this basic candlestick identifier. Right, candlesticks can be incredibly powerful, and we do have a video dropping today on this. And showing people how to use it. But candlesticks can be incredibly powerful, incredibly powerful. Now, here's bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing. You can see after that, next 20 minutes or so, we get this nice little drop here. So this is signaling bearish candlesticks. I love these candlesticks. So again, I love using this to predict tops and bottoms. It's one of those where, but the risk reward. And so again, it's a predictive algorithm that works really, really well. Again, that's just a small percentage of everything they have. Yeah, my mic went on straight. It's all good. I might have to buy a new mic. I have to buy whatever. month or so. Um, but yeah, all good. But what I was showing you guys was chart prime. Again, super useful indicator service, just very, very accurate. You can look here and see, like, again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money, but what I use this for is predicting tops and bottoms mostly. Right. And so, again, I use this to predict tops and bottoms. You get the possible reversal down, big drop, possible reversal up, nice bounce, bearish engulfing candle here at the top. Look at the follow through drop here. So, again, the risk reward you're going to get using these indicators can be powerful. And again, I use them a ton with my own trading. I kind of add them in with my scalping, and it just works really, really well. Again, bearish engulfing candle, we get a big drop. And so again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money, but the market work will automatically document support or resistance. It's got this really nice indicator here, which is kind of like their own VWAP. Very powerful here. You can see markets react to it decently as well. And again, you can just kind of use this to identify tops and bottoms, bearish engulfing. We get the drop, and it can just be really, really powerful as an indicator service. And so again, if you want to check them out, here is the link. We got about 15 minutes until the opening bell. You can also find the links to all my sponsors in the description. We certainly appreciate it. Yeah, my mic has been acting funny. Really, with these blue microphones right here. These little ports start to get iffy. Yeah, so my mic is struggling today. I might have to go put on a different mic. There we go. Okay, so the mic is working, correct? It should be good. But yeah. What's up? What's up, Wood? I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, SPY back over VWAP here, guys. So SPY is back over the volume weighted average price. Again, we got about 15 minutes. Remember, we do have meta earnings today, guys. We do have meta earnings going live today. Do you guys want me to cover the Boeing earnings call? I could. Boeing at 145.30s here, 145.30s. Let me look this up to see how relevant it's really going to be. And remember, we do have meta today. Should I cover the Boeing earnings call? What do you guys think? SPY back over VWAP. Meta pull it back a little bit. We do have meta today. Yeah, again, we have been pretty green. We have been pretty green. We're going to get ready to trade futures right now in this market, guys. We're going to get ready to trade some futures trading. Again, here is my stats. Log it out, and then we got to log back in. But yeah, those are my stats. Hopefully, again, green or red so far today, guys. We are very green over the last week or so in our TOS account. We're actually green on our regular account as well. And so we're doing pretty solid. Please your view on markets today. So SJ, yeah, man. Hey, thank you, brother. Yeah, she's thank you for the compliment, sir. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, so again, green or red today, guys. Green or red. Let me know if you're green on the market or red today, guys. What do you guys think the market's going to do? Again, we had some drops over in pre-market because of Google earnings specifically here. So again, here's my stats. We had some drops yesterday, again, specifically from Google earnings coming out. And bro, for whatever reason, I'm not getting any data here. Let me log in. All right, guys, bear with me. But yeah, here's my stats. We're doing okay. Again, this is my futures trading stats. We got about 12 minutes, guys. 12 minutes. There we go. All right, we got that up. Let's see if it'll let me. All right, finally. All right, let's let the data load here. But again, these are my stats so far this week. We're up about 300 again. I would like to see a scale up here. So I would like to see a scale up, but we're up about 3 on the week. Could do a little bit better. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. We're letting this data load. We're getting everything ready here. There's trades. We got positions set up. And again, wish me luck today, guys. Again, here's my stats. So far, this is my October. That is my October so far. Could do a little bit better. I do need to scale up in size some. My wife walked in yesterday afternoon and saw your lady, and she's like, "Oh, that's why you're watching the channel." Yeah, man. Carol barely ever comes on stream. Like I said, I had that doctor's appointment yesterday, bro. So Carol was supposed to hold the stream down, but she wanted to listen to the doctor's appointment anyway, so she just kind of muted the stream the whole time. But it's all good. Like I said, man, great news from the doctor's appointment. My heart of a 16-year-old, she said. So hey, you know, top 3 hearts in the world right now, and you know. Again, market pulling back a little bit. I'm going to try to scale up some today. I'm going to try. Again, I'm going to do exactly what I did yesterday because what I did yesterday worked really well. I'm just waiting for the first 10 minutes to pass at least. Right? I got to be really patient here. The market has been chopping me out like crazy. Ironically, the market flew up yesterday. I was like, yeah, I'm going to wait for the first 10 minutes to pass. And the market ripped up big in the first 10 minutes yesterday, which is a little frustrating. But again, on average, I need to just chill and let the market play out some. We got about 10 minutes. Mullen breaking down under VWAP here. Again, dollar index is trying. SPY at 382s roughly. Still doing really well on the SPY. I mean, the SPY is just up big over the past couple days. And so that's great to see. Hopefully, we'll get some continuations. I am going to look at the 200 moving average here. So we are going to look at the 200 MA and see what we get for that. Oh, I forgot to put my banner up. Let me get my banner going here. I think I like that one, and if I do it that way, there we go. That works great. All right, so yeah, guys, we got our trading today. Let's do this. Like I said, I got the heart of a champ, the heart of a 16-year-old, they said. So my echocardiogram went well. Again, we're going to try to scale up some size today. We'll see if we can. My daughter's striking me out. Never, you know. Let me see if I can find it. It's somewhere back here. No, that's not it. I got it somewhere. No, that ain't it either. No. All right, guys, market's starting to fall down a little bit. Yeah, I don't know where that went. Wood, it's somewhere. Oh, here it is. I actually do have it. Here it is. So I did find that video. This is it right here. This is an old video. The story behind this is my daughter bet me that she could strike me out. Look how little Jack was. I've got that Juan Soto stance. Yeah. And then she got mad at me. But yeah, that's the story behind that. She might be able to strike me out now, bro. She throws heat now. You know, that was a couple years ago. You know. Yeah, thank you, Tiny. I'm happy to hear it for sure. All right, guys. Market pulling down under VWAP. Market pulling down under VWAP. Let's see if we bounce back up. Again, consolidating back and forth. Yeah. Yeah, I had to mess with her a little bit. She was young. She didn't understand, you know. She could probably strike me out now, though, realistically, you know. Like, she could probably, honestly. I mean, I would say she could probably strike me out about 20% of the time, you know. She's a second baseman, is what she is. But she's good, man. She's good. Her coach last year, at first, she just stuck her in the outfield, and I was getting frustrated because I was like, "No, I know Matt. I know my daughter is good at baseball because I've taught her baseball since she was really little." But the coach just didn't see it at first. Then one game, she was playing outfield, and the second baseman missed the ball, and it rolled to her. And there was a girl on third trying to run home, and my daughter picked it up from right field and just threw it like just a dot right on the catcher, and the catcher tagged the girl out trying to go home, and she got her out. Beautiful throw, went exactly where it was supposed to. And then once that happened, the coach started realizing that Maddie was good, and she kind of moved her up, and now she plays second base. You know, she'll be in varsity now, so you know she's good. She's good. Good arm, like really good arm. Accurate is what Maddie is. You know, she needs to work on her batting a little bit, but she's pretty accurate. But yeah, anyways, SPY testing the volume weighted average price again. We'll see if it holds. SPY under 200 moving average and the volume weighted average price. It looks like now. Dollar index is starting to move up short term since the DXY open. I use the volume weighted average price as a trend indicator. Pampu, my heart's good, man. I got the heart of a 16-year-old. No problems. Top 3 hearts in the world. But no, I use the volume weighted average price as an intraday trend indicator. So if the stock or security is maintaining over the VWAP, it is a upward trend. If it's maintaining below the VWAP, it's a downward trend. And you look for pivots to the volume weighted average price to attack a specific trend. But hey, I appreciate everybody checking on me about my heart. I am good. My heart is fine. I appreciate it. Probably just a little bit nervous about it when I shouldn't have been. But like I said, top 3 hearts in the world right now. You know, I got a calcium score of 0. Like I said, I got the heart of a 16-year-old. They said I'm about to eat lots of barbecue this weekend. Again, market is consolidating but trending down right now. We'll see if it holds. AB is trending. Uh-oh. Green or red market, I really have no idea what the market's going to do today. Right now, we're down big. And so, but we also, like in terms of extension right now, I could see the argument for both sides. Like I could see the argument for up. I could see the argument for down. You know, and again, we'll see what we get. Again, I think if we look at a 10-day chart, you know, we might be a little bit extended on the upside. It might be time for a pullback. We also have the FOMC meeting next Wednesday as well. We've got Meta earnings. We got Apple and Amazon earnings tomorrow. So just big days for earnings, man. Apple, Amazon tomorrow. Again, we've got Meta today. We had Boeing this morning. The micro E-mini is starting to pivot back. Again, and then today we have new home sales. About 3 minutes, guys. About 3 minutes here. Oh, crap. I messed up my title. There we go. All right, guys, less than 2 minutes. Google dump. Yeah, I ended up cutting my Google swing yesterday, or not yesterday, this morning. I would say I cut it probably about an hour ago. And looks like it was the right move. And so again, that intuition, man, I was up already. I ended up making like $30 or $40 from the dip. And so I still ended green. But again, you guys heard me cut it, or you guys saw me cut it. But yeah. All right, guys, less than a minute, team, less than a minute. Again, we are going to try to get into some trades today. Hopefully, we got some good stuff happening. Again, we are green over the past couple days. Again, here is my performance. We are going to wait a little bit of time. Here's the last month of trading. Market pumping up a little bit ahead of the opening bell here, guys. Again, we still got about 30 seconds left. Look at the market bounce a little bit. Here's the last month. Here's the last 7 days. So again, we're close to break even over the last 7 days. We're only down about 150 bucks. We were in a little bit of a slump, and that's okay. You know, yesterday we made it green. The day before that, we were green. Here's the opening bell, guys. So again, there's the last 2 days. So again, wish us luck. There's the opening bell. Hey, good luck, DS. Thank you, bro. DS, are you the one that showed the laptop extension thing on Discord? All right, guys. Market open. Again, SPY moving up a little bit. Again, we're going to give it 5 to 10 minutes. Let the market play out some here. Again, getting a nice little pop. Rejection in the SPY here. Starting to get some weakness coming through. There's a break of lows. Again, I'm not really going to take anything yet. Just going to try to be patient here. Oh, that wasn't you, DS? Okay, it was Solidago, whoever that was. Market starting to run back up some, getting some green action. Again, we're kind of patiently waiting here. We're not going to take anything yet. See if we can put some dollar index thing up here. I want to watch the DXY here as well. There's the market start to rip, though. SPY looks good here. Again, I got to follow my rules, and so we're not trading yet. But getting nice bull action on the market here. Nice bull action. Really green coming through. Huge move ups. Upward consolidation is actually a thing. It means it's kind of moving sideways, but slightly upward as it happens, you know. Getting a little dip here. We'll buy this little dip. A little bit early of a trade. We're just going to take one contract here and cut it fast if it goes against this. We're just going to cut it. A little $15 loss. Broke my rule a little bit, so now I just got to chill and wait. I think it might go out. I think there's a very bullish sign right here. But again, in order to follow my rule, I'm just going to cut it and just wait, I think. Getting some dips in markets now. Look at the drop. Watching the dollar index to see what it does here. Y'all do me a favor. Everybody hit that subscribe button here. I certainly appreciate it. Remember, we are giving away on to one of my Twitter followers. We are giving away a PlayStation 5 or Xbox One next at the end of November. And so you got to subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitter. We certainly appreciate it. We did get a little bounce here, but again, we're letting trends play out first right now. Still got about another 5 minutes before we can really trade, so trying to be patient. I don't know if you meant to say delusional, but you got to be specific about what you're referring to. All right, getting a little pullback here. And again, we're waiting patiently. All right, we're just gotta sit back here. I mean, we got a little bit of an upward trend. I like the trend. I think this looks good, but we're gonna buy this dip actually. So we're about 6 minutes into the day. I think that's worthwhile. We waited, let the trend play out. This is an upward trend. We got some down wicks signaling that. Looks like a flag, and so we're gonna buy this dip with small size. Try to get our feet wet in the market now. Couple minutes, about break even on this trade. Trying to see if we got time to move up. Downwick hammer style candle, which is nice. I'm just kind of sitting back. I like the up wicks or the down wicks here. I think this looks strong. 5 seconds before another candle opens up. We're going to add some more to this. Take 2 contracts here. There we go. All right, just made about 25 bucks, a little bit less, just real quick. Again, got ourselves to green on the day. So did get ourselves to green on the day with that. Again, being patient here now, though, waiting. Big firm rejection here, though, at the top, which is, again, why high the day breakouts. Oh, wait, is this my practice account? Ah, bro. Nobody's going to tell me I'm in my practice account. I forgot to switch it. I mean, I'm break even now, but that sucks. That sucks, man. All right, we just made $11. We're green again, but man, I was trading my practice account first. You could see it right there. So we made $11.25. So we just made a little bit, but man, that sucks. I forgot to switch it over. It's all right. I mean, we're still green. Ends up working out better for us here. Bought the small little dip. See if we get a quick pop back up. Looks like it wants to. Yep. I don't know if I like this. I like the pattern. I mean, it looks like it could be strong, but it could also just go against me fast. So we're about break even now. If I get a down wick, I'll add to it. All right, we got 2 contracts now. There we go. Got a little bounce back. Did not get a good entry here, unfortunately. Nice little bounce back up. Again, patiently waiting here, about break even in this trade now. Kind of need a new candlestick to open up first, but we still got 20 seconds or so, and this one's taking kind of long, but just huge retracement. I got out of 1. That sucks. Right back up. All right, that's better. All right, made another 15 bucks or so. Starting to get into some rhythm now. We are up about 25 bucks on the day, give or take. Big drop here. We're going to wait. I mean, we do everything, Pat. We're looking at a lot of different stuff here, man. We're not going to give people price targets or buy zones, Pat. We don't give out signals. We just kind of, trade price action. Like, I don't want people to copy me. That's not what I want. We're going to buy this big pullback, though. It's a big drop. That's a lot of weakness coming through here. So we just cut that. Still green on the day, but not by much. Dollar index just ripped up big. We get a big down wick here. We'll buy this pullback. Depends on if it holds, though. We got to wait to see if this candle holds. There we go. I need to take a little bit larger size, I think, here, guys. I don't think my sizing is large enough. So we're going to switch to 2 contracts here. All right, I mean, we called it. I mean, we made our money right back, but again, we're still up about 20 bucks. But we need to switch our contract sizing up big here. So we're going to start moving to 2 to 3 contracts initially. Look for a dip right here. And then see if we can catch 3 to 5 contracts scale in. There we go. We got 4 contracts now. We'll take up to 6 to 7. We're going to let this test the VWAP one more time here, but we're not going to take any more risks from this. Yeah, it's weak. So we're going to cut it down about 50 bucks, give or take. Choppy market right now. So again, now we got to wait for the market to play out first. Could start to get a bear trade, and I think we do have some bearish extension now on the downside. I think the extension's just on the downside, today. It's a pretty big red flush rejection, and there goes the down move. We got about 15 minutes before new home sales data comes out. So today, remember, guys, we have New home sales coming out today. Again, we're down small right now. Looking to load up on a short if we start testing the lows of this range. Kind of a choppy market. We had a little bit of an initially positive reaction, guys. So y'all just be careful. Don't really have much of a trend. I mean, if we get back over VWAP, it's slightly green trend, but not much. I'm gonna take one little baby short position here, just anticipating a flush back down to the lows of the day. And if we get that, then it'll be a decent little trade with one contract. But if not, it'll be a small loss. There's a go. There we go. Starting to pivot down. There we go. We might actually add to this now. Man, big rebound here. We need a rejection now, though. Oof, man. Yeah, too much chop. We're gonna have to cut it. And yeah, we're just kind of sitting back now. I like the trade idea we had, but maybe we shouldn't have added to it. But again, got to kind of slow down a little bit at this point. Eventually, this range will break. Like, eventually, this chop will break, and you just got to be ready to capitalize on it when it does. Skechers? What's the symbol for Skechers? Skechers. What's the symbol? Yeah, maybe ahead of big earnings, we might just be slow. How you guys doing? You guys doing green or red right now, guys? Green or red? Dollar index is falling down. That might pump the market higher, I think, short term. We are going to start trading smaller, though. Specifically, we're going to buy this dip, but we're going to trade small just because it's been a choppy morning. What's that noise? There we go. We got the dollar index start to ramp down. Dollar index is still moving down. I think that's popping the market up higher. That's what we're getting here. All right, so we just sold there. Yeah, a nice shadow. Yeah, I bought Google last night, or yesterday evening. I ended up selling it about an hour ago, and it looks like it was the right move. I made like 30 or 40 bucks from the swing. I bought it at like 97 something, and I ended up selling it at like 98 something. Most of it in pre-market today. And then once I started heading back down, and the remaining position was basically flat, I ended up covering the rest. Dollar index bouncing up some. This might cause drops in the market, but yeah, very choppy right now. So right now we have choppiness and we're down small on the day, but what we do have is a range that we can attack once the range breaks down. So here is that range right now. You can see the range on screen. This is the choppiness that we're getting right now. Dollar index just broke down more, and so here's the pop back up. Dollar index just broke lows of market hours, essentially, and that's ripping up big here. And so again, dollar index is moving down, SPY moving up. Been in a choppy range most of the day, and we still got to wait for this range to break before we're really excited about it. Don't really have much to target here with this. This pullback would usually be profitable, but again, with the choppiness that we've got going on right now, just not really seeing any data like in terms of market activity. Again, we got about 11 minutes. I don't like shorting anything above VWAP. If I had to pick a direction, I would say we're about to bounce back up to the top of the range. And I kind of hope that happens because that would signal a bullish sentiment. There's the bounce. Bitcoin 100K. Achy breaky heart. Bro, I grew up like right in the heat of the achy breaky heart. Billy Ray Cyrus. Like I used to watch, I think it was Bobby's World on TV. Anybody remember Bobby's World? Yeah, it was Bobby's World, man. I used to love that show, dude. Right in the heat of achy breaky heart. I remember they had Billy Ray Cyrus on one episode. That's a 1 minute chart. Again, very sideways activity right now. Market's super chop. Not really much going on. Yeah. All right, guys, we're just going to sit back. Not really doing too much right now. Again, market is purely sideways. Dollar index has rebounded over the last minute or two. And so, again, we're just kind of sitting back. We're not trading right now. Is Snap really heading up? We're still holding Snap. Is it still moving? Oh, it is, bro. Hey. You love to see it, man. You'd love to see it. Beautiful for Snapchat. You love to see it, man. Again, one of my best swing trades in a while, you know. Again, just based off of how fast it went in my favor. We bought the dip, still ramping up big. Again, SPY still breaking down now under the volume weighted average price. Looking weak. Again, just kind of sitting here. Guys, still consolidating here. Not really much going on. All right, guys. So again, not really getting any action here. We basically stopped trading about 10-15 minutes ago. Yeah, no politics, please, Tyler. You know. All right, guys. Completely choppy, boring, neutral market. Again, we're not really doing anything here. Top three. Hey. Um. Again, just kind of sitting back. Not really much going on right now. Big green action in the SPY right now, but again, not enough for me to want to buy it. Just complete choppy neutral activity. Again, we do have Meta earnings today. Those are going to wildly influence tech stocks. And so that's probably why, we're getting kind of the action that we're getting right now. All right, guys. So again, just going to sit back. Market's not giving us any edge here. Very slow. All right, guys. So it looks like my mic is just struggling right now. I'm going to try to put it away from me here. See if that works. I might want to run that through my here up there. There's a better way to do it. All right, guys, just sitting back here. If we break underneath this level here, again, if we break underneath this level, like if we come down there, I might short into a pop like here and then look for a pivot back down and a continuation like that. That's kind of what I'm sitting back waiting on right now. Like if we reject here and we ended up coming back down, breaking this low, pulling back and going like that, I might short here. Is again the plan. Just kind of waiting here because the market's not really giving us a trend right now. Very, very choppy and neutral. Not really giving us much edge to attack. And so in that, just like I said, I think I've been pretty patient, all things considered, with how the market's going on. Yeah, what do you guys think about Meta earnings? Let's look at the poll we got going on here. So again, we do have this poll going on for Meta. About 500 votes for it. 67% of people are bearish on Meta's earnings. 33% are bullish. There's the breakdown that we kind of called. Again, we're looking for it to test this level here. There it goes. So we're breaking underneath that level now. We're going to load into a short. Again, this is a bearish sign, and there's the breakdown here. We will look to add to a pop. There's a pop. We'll take 3 contracts here. You get about 3 contracts. So I'll break even now, looking for a flush breakdown. Might add some more to it if we can too. There's 4 contracts. I want to see a flush breakdown here is what we're looking for. I'll break even on this trade. So we're slightly, whoa. What is going on, man? Damn, dude. Like, I tried to get out and nothing happened, bro. Ugh, so frustrating. I don't know what happened with the market. I'm probably going to close it down. Did I miss some economic? Oh, dude, I missed new home sales, man. That was dumb. Flying the market up, bro. Ugh, dude, that sucks. Yeah, I just got destroyed because I wasn't prepared. I wasn't paying attention to the time. Yeah. Oof. It was new home sales just dropped. Again, new home sales came in at 0.63 versus 0.58 expected. So higher new home sales numbers. We're down 10.9% versus 13.9% down expected. So better than expected home sales results. Ooh, and that hurts. Yeah, it got me too. I just wasn't paying attention, you know. And it's all good. Like I said, it happens. But man, I just got beat up. Hey, you all right? Just lost $300, but that's okay. I'm sorry. Hey, Rosie baby, you'll make me feel better. Rosie's here. Cover them. All right, guys. So sorry. So yeah, new home sales came in better than expected. I'll put the numbers on screen. Luckily, we're very green in this account, and so we're not going to be wildly affected by this. Not really what we wanted, but you know, again, took a loss, a losing day, and that's all right. You know, we're going to put the new home sales numbers up here, and yeah, you see the numbers up on the bottom of the screen for the new home sales numbers. Getting a huge pullback, greater than expected. Initially causing a drop here. Again, if you look at new home sales, we came in at 0.63 or 0.603 versus 0.58 million expected. So U.S. new home sales units went up, which is probably a bearish sign for markets. Actually, the month-over-month change came in at minus 10.9% versus the expected 13.9%. So again, this should cause drops in the market, I would think. But again, we're going to wait and let things play out. Yeah, my mistake. It kind of shows like I got to pay attention to this economic data. Completely missed it, which is all good. Like I said, it happens. You know, it's all good. Market's starting to rebound back up. We're going to put the NASDAQ 100 up here. NQZ2. But yeah, we got the new home sales come out. Letting the NASDAQ 100 load. And again, we're probably going to stop trading for now. I don't know. I'll consider it. I'm looking at the micro NASDAQ 100 to see what we get there. But again, you guys have any idea why why we are going up on this data. Again, usually right now at a time of high inflationary problems, usually we're going to be going down on this type of data. So the reason we're going up, which is a little strange, but again, you never really know how the market's going to respond to something. Dogs can really sense things. All right, there we go. All right, so there's the NASDAQ 100. Market's trying here. Look at the micro NASDAQ. Getting dips in the market now. Yeah, home sales barely beat. Yeah, it's one of those things where with high inflationary markets, really we're purely sideways. We're super sideways and choppy. Bank of Canada raised rates 50 basis points versus 75. That might have a small effect on markets for sure, Mike. That might affect it a little bit, you know. Getting some fluctuations in price right now. Just gotta let things play out here. See if we get a bounce back is what we're looking for right now. Yeah, just such a choppy market ahead of these earnings reports today, you know. Huge rip up in the market. Markets are really flying up a little bit. I'm trying to figure out why. All right, markets are starting to really ramp up, guys. So again, I think some of you guys probably understand what I just did. In a really frustrating day, I scaled up my size a little bit, and we actually just ended green on the day after being down about $500. We just started trading the regulars, and I think tomorrow what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna start trading the regular E-mini instead of the micros. I think I've been stuck on the micros for too long. I can see how much money I can swing in these moments. And so again, we just made about $650 trading the micros very quickly. So we're up about 160 on the day. Again, we basically had multiple green trades in a row. If you look at my position list here, this is essentially what we did. So we took the big loss here where we lost about $300. Next trade we made 125. Next trade we made 37.50. Next trade we made 50. Next trade we made 112. Next trade we made 50. Next trade we made 75. Next trade we made 100. Next trade we made about 90. And so again, we did rebound completely plus some. We are now green about 160 bucks on the day. It'll be our third green day in a row. Made some stupid mistakes during those Echo releases and maybe scaled up a little bit too much, but I think I need to stick with the regular E-mini instead of the micro this time. I think I can get myself to pretty green every day if I stick through it. But yeah, we'll take this. A green day when we were down 500 is never a bad thing. And we called some of this volatility from the home sales numbers coming out. And so it ended up working out well, and again, you can see the last week so far here. We should be green over the last 7 days now. We might not be. We're basically break even. So we've, no, this isn't considering today. So let's look. Here's the week so far. This isn't taken into account today yet for whatever reason. I guess they haven't added today's profit. All right, there we go. All right, so yeah, this is the week so far. We are up about 500 on the week. Last 7 days. I don't know why that one's not pivoting right. Today we did in green though. Again, you can see we had a huge drop. Not really something I want, but we ended up making about 160 bucks today. It wasn't from home sales. Yeah, okay. So it was Bank of Canada raising rates less than expected is what it was. So yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. So yeah, somebody else told me that. So yeah, if it wasn't for the Bank of Canada rate hike all of a sudden, which I really should have been paying attention to, so it's completely my fault there. Yeah, but we'll take the green. We'll take the green. Tough day, but green day nonetheless. And again, I really truly think, guys, I need to again, we've been pretty good. Here's our results over the last couple days. If you want to try out Top Step, here is the link in chat. But again, the last 3 days have been very good. If we put a custom one up, here is this week so far. And again, so again, we are up about 500 on the week. We will take it. Green week. Tough week, but green nonetheless. And again, if you want to check out Top Step is a funded account program for futures. And so they give you a demo. If you can hit their target on the demo while following their rules and conditions, then they fund you between 50 up to 150,000 with a 90% split. We're in the 150K combine. We are trying to get funded with $150,000 in equity. And again, what this company does is they fund traders in those markets. And so again, they give you a demo. If you can hit the target on the demo while following their rules, they fund you. They're the most legitimate funded account program in the world. They pay out millions of dollars in withdrawals every year. So traders withdraw millions from them. They fund thousands of traders a year. And again, the futures market has no PDT restrictions. You can day trade, you can short in the futures market with no PDT restrictions. And so it's really one of the ways you get around the PDT rule. Again, day trading, shorting ability, all that good stuff in the futures market. And you can get your feet wet in the futures market with these funded account programs. Really, really useful. Again, you can check out the link there. You can also see it pinned at the top of the page. Also, guys, be sure to check out Stonk.tech. Guys, Stonk.tech is a trading social media platform. They debut tomorrow. They do debut tomorrow. They're talked about by a lot of big names: Bloomberg, MarketWatch, Benzinga Investing, Yahoo Finance, NASDAQ. And at the very least, guys, they're going to give you free dark pool and option flow access, helping save you money. Again, you can check them out. Really cool site. It's completely free to join their waitlist. You just click join their waitlist right there and join up. Again, I'll consider it a favor if you do. Great way to help support the channel. You can find the link to that in the description. Check them out. Here's the link right there as well. I'm going to go ahead and close it down, guys. We're going to run out of here. We're going to end green and run. And yeah, we'll see what the Fed does next week. It should be fun. But we are green the last 3 days of market activity. It's been kind of chaotic green, but we are green. So far, here is this month's trading. Again, last 3 days, we've been in rebound territory here. You can kind of see what we're doing. So we're back up to about $1,500 in profit. I wish that was a little bit higher, but green is good nonetheless. And so we will take that. Also, guys, remember, we're going to be streaming for Meta earnings today. So we are going to be streaming for Meta earnings. So y'all be ready for that, guys. We'll see how that goes. Good luck. Love you all. Y'all stay safe. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you, Tiny. Yeah, I appreciate all of the thought and consideration for sure. Later, Jeff. Later, Jay, Fish, Walter, Pampu, Trip. Hey, thank you, team. Appreciate the love, guys. Good luck. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Or we'll see you guys later on today. Again, we will be streaming today. Y'all be ready.